Hello, stranger.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Can you sing the next line?
I come to walk with you again.
Oh,
yeah, surprise.
Yeah. All right, guys. This is episode 6 of Things in Dreams podcast. I have a new guest with me today. New guest. What is your name?
Kelly MacDonald, bringing you K-Max Studios, my new brand.
Hell yeah. Okay.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
No, I've just been told I'm a vibe.
You're a vibe?
Yes, apparently. I didn't
know. Who told you that?
Multitudes of people. The first one was this girl, Fionn, which is such a cool name. I was in Amsterdam for Christmas because I couldn't afford to come home because the flight was too expensive. And she came back into the hostel room and I was in a turtleneck, stoned out of my mind, eating candy. And she couldn't stop giggling with her boo thing. And she's like, you're such a vibe. And that's when I learned that vibe was a word that people use to define each other now. So.
And now it's a popular term now.
Oh my God, it is. Yeah. Someone said that in the random live stream that I popped off last night. They were like, just a vibe. So I get it a lot. I think it's the everything about me. I don't know.
Describe your vibe.
Well, that's the thing. I can't. It's just.
Oh.
It's me. It's probably the tie-dye and the feathers and I don't know.
You have
not giving a shit.
You have some mushrooms on your tie-dye shirt.
I do. I'm very fond of mushrooms.
Okay.
Both. Normal ones. Uh-huh. I feel like this is totally me just thinking it. But I've watched enough Nature Animal Planet to realize that the fungi kingdom has such an intricate root system. I was like, well, if I probably eat more mushrooms, not the magic kind, it's probably going to help my brain. I'm assuming that anyway. Because there's that whole huge health craze about Reiki mushrooms. I don't think it's a craze. I think it's actually ancient. But, I dabble in the other ones too.
You want to help your brain? Why?
Well, why not? Why wouldn't you?
Oh, that's smart. It's the most important thing in your body. It's what controls everything that's going on. So.
I know. I feel like somebody important said, I forget, because I'm still a little nervous. We'll get there. That nobody can take your education from you. So I think that's why I was a teacher for so long. I loved college. I didn't want to leave. I loved going to class.
Where'd you go to school at?
College of Charleston. Just because we landed in Charleston because my dad was Air Force. And I couldn't afford out of state. Obviously I wanted to go to New York and do the whole artist thing, but yeah, that was expensive. And a lot of my scholarships were in state. So I went to CFC, but the art program was great. I was talking to a girl that was at the same event that we met at. Mm-hmm. And she went to CFC, or she's in CFC now, and she still has Clifton Peacock, my painting professor, who he taught me everything I know. He grabbed my face one class, in painting too. And he was like, paint the light, damn it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he he didn't come to make friends, but people either love him or hate him. So he's amazing though. A lot of his work is up in the Chicago Museum of Art.
That's one of the most prestigious in the country, right?
Yeah, he's a boss. And
what's his name?
Clifton Peacock.
Peacock, okay.
Dude, yeah, he taught me a lot. I didn't know anything when I first, I drew as a kid, but when we moved to America, oddly, I stopped. Because I used to write little stories and I would draw pictures to go with them. And then I was supposed to go to school for electrical engineering.
Why were you supposed to?
Not supposed to. That was my grand scheme. I was like, I'll never have to worry about money. And it's kind of fun. Electrical, it's like solving a puzzle just all day. And it's less intimidating than civil. I don't want to build a bridge and have somebody fall off of it. So, but I liked engineering. I liked math. And then drama. My parents divorced. And I found myself. I totally said, fuck everything I was going to do.
How old were you when your parents divorced?
17. So later. My sister was already in college.
Did you already go through a rebellious stage or that's post?
No. My rebellious stage was me getting straight A. My rebellious stage was me being more perfect.
Oh, you're like, fuck you, I'm going to be the best kind of thing.
No, because we were always good kids. On a military base, if you get in trouble at school, your parents hear about it. Yeah. So, Department of Defense schools, you can't fuck. And everybody's chill. They have great teachers. I loved school. And it got me out of the house. But, no, I just totally shut down. And that's oddly, I think it was like a regression to childhood when I was like, I started drawing again. Like that first night, I remember I drew, my dad and I were watching The Wizard of Oz, and I drew him a card because I wanted him to know how much I loved him.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, me and my dad are tight. He's ridiculous.
Where does he live at now?
I live with him.
Oh, okay.
That's a brag. I say that so proudly. But he's the coolest. Yeah, I love my dad. He's in Goose Creek, and he has big plans to move back to Utah or like back to
Utah's beautiful.
Wherever he's from. I don't know. Yeah. He's like a mountain Jeremiah. He wishes he was Jeremiah Johnson.
Is he like Mormon? Like I know
no, but he knows a lot of he he likes the Mormon community.
Okay.
No, he just misses mountains because we moved down here to like a swamp. The beach is great, but
Goose Creek is a swamp.
I remember when we first landed here. At the airport, I saw palmetto trees, and I was like, "Are we in LA?" Like I had no concept of America.
So it's safe to say that you, Kelly, are well traveled.
I haven't been to Asia yet, so no.
All right, put things in a little bit of perspective.
I've just popped around Europe a lot.
Okay, and that's one thing you told me, that you went to Europe. Why did you go to Europe?
Oh, God. Okay, so I had done studio art college. Like, what am I going to do career-wise? And my friend Kara, who was also a studio art major, and I think she still does art. She's really into she teaches yoga too, but she was like, dude, I think you would really enjoy this. Montessori, which I was telling you is not monastery, it's not religious, it's hippie school.
Say the difference again in the words.
Okay, so a monastery is where all like the monks hang out and I don't know, like sell eggs, like Mepkin Abbey, right? Oh no, they sell mushrooms now. Full circle. Nah, they got busted on the eggs or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But a Montessori school was started by Maria Montessori in Italy, like during when communism was big, and I remember it like went underground because what's his name? Vladimir? No, that's the current one.
Italy.
What's the name of the guy with the hat? Stalin. There we go. Stalin really wanted to recruit her to like train his version of the Hitler Youth, and she was like, "No,
they're trying to
not
poison
gonna
the
do
young
that."
minds.
Yeah. And so then she fled to a couple different places. I think the UK and America.
Wait, who did?
Maria Montessori.
Okay.
The doctor. She was a doctor.
She's the
back
doctor
when
of the
women
hippie
didn't
school.
do doctoring. So, yes, and it was originally designed for special needs children. But the whole concept of Montessori, which is very dear to my heart, and I loved it, it wasn't like my life's calling.
So your life's calling, what is your life's calling, Kelly?
Creating. That's how I understand the word. Like, so when I sit down to draw, it's not to make something pretty. It's to figure out what's going on. It's kind of like my own therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm starting to get more vocal about it. These markets are helping a lot because people come up and surprisingly, you guys want to know the story behind the images. So I'm like, well, this is what I was thinking and feeling. And this guy did this to me, so I drew this. That's a lot of it.
Taylor Swift drama kind of almost.
Oh, God, no. I mean, like, respect, you write a lot of songs, but she's very repetitive. She's kind of a one-trick pony. This is more like Steve
heartbreak
Nicks
inspired. Oh, Steve Nicks, I like that.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah. Lots of pain, but then it turns out into not always. I remember telling this one guy that I was in Athens. It was some sculptor, like some old man sculptor that thought he had it all figured out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I ran into it. Like, I was sitting, drawing, trying to figure out, because at the time I had been doing a lot of, I brought visual aids, a lot of this. Like, that's one of my favorites. It's just coming out of a cactus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it turned into this other artist, John, because you asked that earlier. Like, I'm on the market now, but this is from like 2016, maybe? What year is it? 2021 right now? Yeah, so I've never stopped drawing. It's just I didn't realize I'm segueing a lot.
That's fine. I like segues.
It's how the brain of mine works. Okay, right. Any which way. I was like, dude, I'm really trying to figure out a way to do this and not like be crying all the time, because I would like sit there and draw these portraits of women because I was really fascinated.
You would cry after you draw?
Oh, during like alone in my room.
That's kind of beautiful. I ain't gonna lie.
It felt good. It feels cathartic, but then it's like I'm still sitting there with that. I'm like, I don't want this to be my
representation of your pain.
No, it's like my hidden state.
Oh,
does that make sense? Like
your subconscious.
Yeah. It's getting much more interesting the older I get, because I'm much more comfortable with all the emotions. I don't feel guilty for feeling a certain way. I'm just
it sounds like you've had an awakening recently.
I mean, they happen all the time.
Oh, okay.
So, like, you just
It's
keep
normal.
going. Yeah. But yeah, I suppose. I did have a dream because, okay, I was in Europe and I was working in London. I had been there for like almost 2 years.
All right.
And that,
for the audience, explain. You were in Europe because you were at the school. The what's the school called?
no,
again?
no. Actually, the Montessori, it's in America.
Okay.
I went to a Montessori when we lived in Italy and I was taught.
All right. So why did you go to Europe again?
Because I missed it. I grew up there. I remembered the quality of life there.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much better than America.
Where at?
Literally anywhere in Europe, literally like bumfuck nowhere in Italy is doing better than America.
Why do you think that is?
They take pleasure in living,
Instead of
conversing.
working.
Yes, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, like and it's really hard to socialize with Americans. We all go out in like pods. So, and I like to do things by my own. Like, yeah, and it shocks people. They're like, who'd you come here with? I'm like, me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it works in Europe. I meet people, I talk to people, I make friends, like, I get jobs. Yeah. So, like, it's more acceptable there to just talk to a stranger. Because, especially in the UK, in pub culture.
You give me the vibe that, like, you've traveled, like, Europe by yourself a lot. Like,
yes.
You've been with yourself a lot.
A solid 3 years, I guess.
Yeah,
but I'm never alone.
Yeah.
I have the world.
Yeah,
so.
you give me that vibe that like you can just like take care of yourself.
It's the rings.
Yeah. Yeah. So like Kelly, tell me. So when did you come back from Europe?
COVID brought me back. Damn it.
COVID. Okay.
I was going for citizenship, guys. Damn it. Oh, I wanted to stick it out for the 5 years. I was working a shit sales job.
Wait, so you have to start over now?
Yes.
Really?
But,
that's how it happens?
dude, yeah, it's a
That's
bitch. And it's
weird.
not that easy to get married. I got offers and it wasn't.
Oh, that would help you get citizenship faster, right?
Oh, yeah, but obviously the government has caught on to that. So I did hear stories of ICE like busting into a wedding and separating the couple and being like questioning them about.
They would really care about Americans trying to get citizenship?
Dude, yeah. Well, because a lot of it, especially with Brexit just happening. And
what's Brexit again?
Brexit is the UK leaving the European Union, so that's going to change
so
much.
Like
and
everything?
People could move freely between. So like if you were born in France and you wanted a job in the UK, you could just. It was the same thing. It didn't matter. You didn't need a different visa. It's affecting a lot of the musicians I know over there as well for travel. They can't. They need to get like a. It's just a lot more paperwork. It's the government trying to track us.
So you said you're talking about musicians in Europe, like.
Oh my God, yes. I can go on for hours.
So like what kind of scenes were you in Europe?
Dude, what scene was I not in?
Okay.
I didn't sleep. Okay. I loved Soho in London. That was my favorite place to be.
What's Soho?
Nasty, gritty. It used to be the sex district. It still is. It's right next to Chinatown. Best jazz I've ever heard, ever. When I first went there, I was all shiny and new and like,
I'm
yeah. No, it was literally my first week traveling. Because I stayed at my dad's for like a year to save up money because I was like, fuck it, I'm going to Europe. I don't want to teach anymore. I have no idea what's going to come from this, but like I got, which I listened to.
You took the risk. I like that. I respect
I
that.
didn't know what else to do. I mean, teaching was a dead end. Like,
All right, so tell them real quick. You taught. What did you do?
Montessori, yay! With my little favorites. I remember every kid's name.
What did you teach?
So it's all encompassing because it's younger ages. It's 6 to 9 year olds was my like sweet spot, but I worked with some toddlers as well. My 2 favorites were Elin and Solomon. If ever they see this,
So
I do play favorites.
Yeah,
I tell the kids, I'm like, you're my favorite. Don't tell your friends. And they know, oh my God, Elin is adorable. And Solomon, he's such a little Renaissance man. Like, I'm wondering where they are today.
Wait, this was in where at?
This was in Athens, Georgia, which is also a very musical town.
Yes, it is. I know.
Dude, right? Yeah. REM, Indigo Girls, B-52s.
I still hate the Bulldogs. I hate Georgia. So.
Me too. They ruined the city. Well, because it's like, it really is. It's
they just like bark at you all the time.
It's like you're driving downtown and there's just a huge, at least 5 blocks of like frat houses and like mansions. And they're all like drinking out of Solo cups doing, the fuck was it? The slide thing? Hazing each other and stuff.
Water slides,
But there are like 2 blocks where the yuppies hang out.
I went to USC. I went to USC in Columbia,
Oh,
so I'm
okay.
naturally, I hate Georgia. I'm a Gamecock for life. But everyone tells me Athens has all these bars for
Oh my God.
miles,
Yeah.
and it's amazing.
For how tiny.
I've never been.
It's very crunchy. It's a very granola, like hippie.
Yes.
That's where I got into rocks.
That's what I heard.
Minerals.
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
rocks,
definitely. And that's where I decided to go gluten free. Okay, no.
Oh, what?
Oh, that's not even worth going into. I really also it was my first time being like away. Like, hey, I can't get to you in 30 minutes, Dad. Like, bye. Okay. So
Wait, how did you get the job there? Like, what did you do? Just apply?
I interviewed. Showed up and I was like, hey, bitches, I like kids. No, it was like, that sounds creepy. But no, I had worked at a school here, Sundrops, and I loved my co-teacher. There's always 2 teachers in a classroom. Upasana. Her and I still talk. And that was with toddlers. But one of my kids, George, oh my God. George and Will were my favorite toddlers. George Chandler and William Fox. They still live here. I fucking love William Fox.
Were you drawing during this time in Athens?
Yes. Yeah. That's why I have this like huge, I think I like kind of shock. Like people don't really know what to think of me because like I just started doing all these markets. But I've got a decade's worth of work. Like I never stopped drawing. I just didn't market myself. I didn't realize.
I want to go back to where you said after your parents' divorce, you said you went into a regression and started drawing.
Yeah, it helped a lot.
So what were you drawing when you were growing up? What type of stuff were you drawing when you were growing up?
When I was really little, I was very obsessed with mice.
So you draw mice.
Yeah. I would make up little, and that's a joke. Me and my sister and my best friend, Talbot, were just talking about it on La Facebook, is I was always a space cadet. Like I always had my head somewhere else. Like we would go on these like big trips to like German castles and I would run around taking pictures of squirrels. I really liked how tiny they were. I think, oh my God, hi. It was like a Peter Rabbit situation. So I would make up like little stories for the mice and then draw them. Or we were talking about this a second ago. I loved Sailor Moon. So I would make up my own little like Sailor Moon characters. I remember one of them, I did a character, like a Sailor Scout or whatever for like every flavor of fruit because I was trying to like switch it up. I was like, I can't copy them and do the planets. So, or what else did I draw? Okay, so when it first picked up again, this was interesting. I was in high school. I dropped out of ROTC. Dropped out. It sounds so dramatic. I switched to. They let me into AP Art because I was like, hey, I can do this, and she was like, okay, cool. Like it's your senior year, whatever. And she didn't tell me like. Our only goal for this like year was to produce a body of work with 10 images. And I didn't realize it until it was done. She was like, all of your images have fucking windows. And I was like, what?
Whoa,
like, yeah. So that's when I kind of started to, very early, I started to catch on to like, I was like, okay, this is a form of communication where I can tell myself things I'm not consciously aware of. It had a bunch of windows. I wanted to get out of the house. It was gorgeous. It's very whimsical, the work from that. I still have a couple copies of it.
What's your definition of whimsical?
Looks like the Mad Hatter could show up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Looks like a fairy might live there. I don't know. That's another. I used to chase fairies when I was a child. I'm very glad that I was born when I was.
Were you into lightning bugs as a kid?
Yeah, not crazy. I mean, I used to do swim team and we would just like catch them and stuff. I was really into being alone. I really liked. I would like wander off into the woods, or like we would be on family trips and stuff. And my dad never worried about it because it was just a different, like literally on the cusp of every parent being like, "Oh my God, diddlers!" Like, yeah. Well, like we would go to Venice a lot when we were in Italy, and I loved to roam off from my family. And they always knew where I would go. I would go to the glass blowing street. Just watch people fucking blow glass. Like I was very interested in that focus.
Where did like the no fear like come from in you?
My dad says I just popped out like that.
Oh, so
like my
nature
sister
versus nurture is like how you were.
I can tell you as a teacher, it's 70 to 80% nature. Like all of a child is just in their DNA already, and that's why Montessori is beautiful. Full circle is you just follow the child. Like they're gonna tell you what they need. So like parents, it's okay. You're doing a good job. Just like listen. Now, don't even listen. Just like look. Like they will let you know what they. And that's what's great about Montessori is it doesn't. So they have to do their 3 core what do they say? Reading, writing, arithmetic. Yeah. They have to do those 3 things. But once they get that out of the way, they can spend the rest of the day doing whatever they want. Like they can get.
How far does that go up to in like grade or age?
Some of them go up to high school, and I almost drama. So like when I did my Euro backpack trip, I had a job lined up in California in Alameda at like this amazing Montessori school. And I told the woman, I was like, hey, I'm about to go on this Europe adventure. I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't know how I'm going to feel when I come back. So this is like a tentative yes. But she is an amazing doctor and was very understanding. But like, she's working with Brown University to start the first Montessori college, which is basically like Harvard kind of does that as well, where you can design your own major. So it's getting further. I think it's progressing to where it should be.
Okay, I got a big question.
Oh, what?
Like, how much does it cost to like travel to Europe?
Oh, dude. Okay.
And like,
I'm here to reveal it's cheap as shit if you're not picky. Okay. Okay. So like the ticket there is gonna be a pretty penny, but like I got a round trip ticket. Also book everything 6 months in advance.
Okay.
Because so many young guns are out there being like, I'll just go where the wind takes me, and I'm like, I got places to go. I got this flight half off because I bought it in December. I'll be in France. Like maybe we'll catch up. And that did happen a couple times where I would meet somebody in a country and I'd be like, oh well, you know, next I'm going to like the Netherlands. And they're like, me too. And we would link up there, which is it makes the world.
These are like friends from like childhood, like
no, just like random people that I meet in different countries. Yeah, like other travelers. It definitely makes the world feel smaller, or not happier, like more relatable
because it's more connected.
Yeah, very much so, and everybody's just doing their own thing. Like I love traveling on my own. Nobody's there to get in my way or tell me what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I travel hard. I am up at 6 a.m. I don't even mean to. I'm just so excited to like be somewhere new. Yeah. And like, so I'm like up at 6. I'm like the first in line for the museums. I'm such a sucker for, well, obviously, but, and then I started to learn like the tricks of the trade. So I was staying in hostels. So a lot of it is like, if you cook for yourself, you save money. If you book everything in advance, I was getting beds for like $10 a night. Because I started planning all of this in January.
Like Airbnbs and she like
a couple Airbnbs I treated myself because I was like, I'm gonna need a break from hostels. Are
like explain hostels.
Okay, so a youth hostel is like you can get a nice room
like
that
bunk
has
beds, right?
Yeah. Okay, so it can range from 4 bunk beds, and usually like the older like families travel there too. It's not like some crazy toxic party environment with like condoms on the floor. It's just a place to sleep.
Yeah.
Like you would think that being in America because we've both been to an American university.
Yeah.
And I would not want to walk into any young man's room.
I can understand that.
No. Not like, okay, at my age now. At the time I was probably high, but anyway. No, it's really clean and chill. Everybody's like, yeah, what's up? It's a good place to meet people to go out with because it's like I like to do the days by myself and get to the museums and just spend as long as I want there. My favorite thing to do is just to walk around the city and to kind of like creep on the locals. Like I follow them and see where they go. Yeah. One of the most fabulous humans I saw, I still think about her. She was like this gorgeous black woman with like these big dreads, just smoking a blunt in Paris. And I followed her to a bookstore and it was amazing. Like,
that's creepy.
She didn't know. This one lady, her skirt blew off and I told her. So I'm like a friendly stranger.
I like that.
Thank you. I think it. Well, because you asked me too how old I was. I think it confuses people because I'm smiling.
Yeah.
They think I'm a lot younger, and everyone in Europe thinks I'm from California because I say dude like so often. Jeez. I don't mean to. It's my nervous word.
Dude.
Yeah, like dude. Or if I'm high. Dude.
All right. So where do you call home?
Wherever Talbot is.
All right, so who's Talbot?
My attaché, my sister, my fabulous gay friend. He is an icon, a legend, and the moment. He's going to know what that means. Okay.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I fucking love Talbot.
Where did you meet him?
College, CFC, Kelly House.
Okay.
Yeah. I do have another very dear friend, Sidra Khan, has like literally her and her family and her mom have seen me through some dark shit. I love Sidra. Her mother they're both very devout Muslims. And her mom will like literally heal everything. That's where I get a lot of my holistic stuff.
Ooh,
like
okay.
she
like
the little woman got a third degree burn on her hand and put honey on it and prayed. and it was fine.
It was fine.
Miss Khan is a goddess. And then Sidra, I miss her. I miss her a lot. We used to talk much more frequently, but she's in med school now, being a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very, very happy that she's living her dream. Oh, but there's a new baby in the family. Hey, mama. Her older sister. That's what I mean. Is like that was like the first, because we moved so much. Even when we were in Italy and Germany, we would switch bases every 3 years. So Sidra was the first lifer. Like,
wait, you met
she's
her
not going anywhere.
You met her through the military?
No. When we moved to Charleston, my dad retired. I don't even know what year that was. It was like
what branch was he in?
Air Force.
Air Force. Okay.
Yeah. Flying planes.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that don't die
okay.
Because they're smart.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And the bases are tight because I don't know who's listening. I also have never lived on an Army base, so whatever.
Yeah.
But it kind of is a little bit of a tragedy because I've known, not tragedy. It's just the military is a mixed bag. You get the Rolls Royce of health insurance, TRICARE. But then it's like your best friend might off himself because of the shit he saw in war.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to leave that out there. It's
yeah.
not my place to say. Never done it.
I got you. What did you want to be like out of high school?
I had no fucking idea. Well, be an engineer. Because I was like, because I knew I wanted to travel. I knew I wanted to go back to Europe.
You wanted the money, though.
No, mostly I wanted to travel. I was like, okay, if I do, money has never, it's becoming increasingly more important as I get old.
But you haven't been worrying about it. Like,
I'm pretty living on the seam of my pants situation. But that's why Europe is so cheap. Like, once you get there, a train to anywhere is going to be like €10. Like,
why is it so cheap in Europe? Just the economy?
Because everybody there travels. Everybody takes fucking holidays. And it's like, no one in America does that. We do not have a nationalized travel system.
No.
Like, I've taken Amtrak train.
Yep.
It's not a pretty sight. I've also ridden a Greyhound bus. It's a disaster. Granted, I took the Amtrak to Colorado from here.
Yeah.
It was like a 4-day journey. Yeah. I wanted to shoot everyone
sitting by that long.
Oh my God. The coffee was shit too.
How much did you save on the price of an airplane ticket though?
I used this weird, my friend Abra told me about it. It was like this weird student. If you're under 30, the perks are insane because they know that kids are trying to get out there and see the world. Mm-hmm. Not so much in America. Like 30% of us only have passports, but like get out there, go, travel, do stuff.
I've never been on an airplane.
Really?
I've never.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, that too.
Well,
but like,
drink. Okay, no.
Yeah. We can get some more wine soon. But yeah, I've never traveled. I've never been to New York.
My favorite thing to do.
I've never been to the West Coast.
Okay. Out on the West Coast.
The farthest I've been was to Bonnaroo in Nashville.
Well, you went to Bonnaroo.
Yeah.
So I've never been to a festival.
What?
It's shocking, right?
Yeah.
I like to sleep. Me and Talbot are both like that. Like, we'll go to a show and stuff, but I like to close the door at the end of the night. I'm not trying to share a tent.
That's how it was, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
My grandma.
We're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back.
Okay, word.
All right, guys. We're back from a quick smoke break.
Yes.
And this is episode 6 of Things and Dreams podcast with Kelly.
666.
With Kelly Mac Studios.
K-Mac.
K-Mac Studios.
That was a nickname I got in high school. Because I was, it was like the 1 year me and my sister overlapped, and everybody was, K-Mac! And then it picked up and called people that didn't fucking know me, K-Mac!
K-Mac? I feel like that comes with like a dap or something. Like what's up,
K-Mac! Well, I've always tried to think, I was like, okay, well, what song would I want to play when I enter a room?
What song would you want to play?
Dark lady, laugh and dance. Share and lit the candles one by one. Da-da-da-da-da.
What music?
Music influences my work a lot.
Yeah. So we'll say this real quick. Recently, you did what on Instagram?
A live stream.
For the first time?
Yes. It was very scary.
What inspired you to do it?
I woke up that morning and I was like, man, fuck it. This is the gut again. I watched so many live streams.
Mm-hmm.
The London quarantine was not this. Yeah. It was, we got a text from the government and they were like, stay inside your house, bitch. Like, it was bad. It was hard. And I was I was by myself. My 3 roommates spoke broken English. 2 of them were from Rome. 1 was from France. And they were like nice girls, but huge language barrier, and I was literally alone for 2 solid months. We weren't allowed to meet up in parks. We weren't allowed, like, you were not supposed to be sitting with any, like, I remember I was FaceTiming Talbot, and I sat down in a park to smoke a cigarette, and a police officer was like, hey, move along. Like, we were allowed to go outside of our house to go for a walk, to go to the grocery, and go to the hospital. And it was serious. It was dark.
Do you feel like people in Europe notice that you're American right away?
Yeah, the voice. God. Oh, that's what's so frustrating is because it's like I was there long enough to, like, the British accent wasn't cute anymore. Like, it wasn't like, oh, you're British. Oh my God. Like, but then I would hear an American. I'm not going to do that now. I don't have enough booze in me. Okay. I can. Okay. But, like, no, I'd hear an American down the street and I'm like, fuck, that's what I sound like. Like, shit. Apparently it's appealing to some people, but I think it sounds very twangy.
Yeah.
My voice coach told me that. Because as I told you, I took random singing lessons, which happened because I was always drawing in my room. Okay, I was at a job. I was stranded in Europe or in London because the borders had closed. I couldn't get a flight. Like, I was trying to get a flight ticket. It kept getting canceled because no one was flying. And so I was like, well, I saw this ad, Victor Marikel, I think that's how you say his name, and he's studying to be a voice coach now. And I was like, I feel like that would, like, I don't know, loosen things up. But my roommates, their housemates, they're like, you know, you have a really lovely voice, because I would be sitting in my room just drawing and singing. And I was like, okay, apparently
What's your favorite song of all time?
Oh, that's hard. I mean, it changes day to day. Currently right now it's Season of the Witch.
By Lana Del Rey?
No, I forget who it's by. Because I'm a big 70s, 80s, 60s, 70s and 80s rock, 60s, like, weird, funky pop. Hey, or 50s. I really like the 50s too.
You like Beach Boys?
Anything old. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. But then, okay. The song of my life is probably Salad Days by Mac DeMarco, which is a very good story.
I love that song.
That I have as I'm getting old. Yeah, right? Like, this one. I threw this to him. I've been to like 3 concerts of his. And this was not this other artist. That's what it's like. I have such a spotty history as, like, trying to be like, hey, buy my shit. But I didn't stop making it. So, this guy, John Casey, asked me to do... This other guy I know, Bill Dunlap, through CFC, is an artist in New York. And he does, like, amazing murals, very geometric, He does yoga, too. So it's like, you can tell. But he was like, hey, like, you should check out this girl. And he sent me an ink hand and a pair of blue denim jeans on, like, ink drawn on a piece of paper. And I got to fill it in with whatever I wanted. And then it was in this studio space in Oakland. This was like in 2014 maybe? And then he bought one of the pieces at the time. In my magic box of treasures here, I have, like, all the archives of KMAX Studios, which I did not broadcast. It's just, like, a fuck ton of awesome pencil drawings that I need to get out there. But
I want to go into that.
In due time. Yeah, there's some really good stuff in there.
What's, like, the youngest one? Like, how old were you, the youngest one?
That I have in this box?
Yeah, like 9, 10, 11?
Oh, no. I have those in a box in my closet. I'm very organized. Some say OCD, but that's wrong. Okay.
No.
Yeah, liars. Okay. Anyway, no, but this one, I mailed John this drawing that he bought of, like, this cute little, like, rainbow-haired girl, like, licking a snow cone. And it got crumpled in the UPS mail. And he was like, like, you know, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I'll send you something for free. Like, what else would you want?
What did you learn from that? For your
to use a tube. So if I ship something, it's in a tube, it does unroll and flatten. Like, it's fine. It's just safer. But he was like, no, just, like, do whatever suits you. Like, I don't know. He was like, I like your style. Just, like, draw me something. I was like, okay. And I was very into Mac DeMarco and Tame Impala at the time.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah, so that's where the Salad Days. But then it gets better because I went to a Mac DeMarco concert at the Georgia Theater, and I wrote a little note, and I was like, your music has helped me so much. Blah, 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 blah. I love you. And I launched it on stage, and then I got invited to the rooftop, and it was stupid. Like, it wasn't a huge to-do, but he was like, yeah, like, I got your drawing, thanks. And I was like, ah. And then we all did shots, and we took pictures.
Shots with Mac DeMarco?
Yeah! yeah, isn't that fun? But then I kissed him, and I know he has a girlfriend, so it was like on the cheek. I was like, oh, this would be adorable. Because someone was taking a picture. Did you
ask him first?
Fuck no. Okay. He just said no. Okay. Like, he loves that Suki girl, and I'm very aware of that. But I was like, dude, I just need to like touch you. It's so.
Hey.
I'm drinking now, so I'm pretty uninhibited after the first glass.
I mean,
like, I'll say anything. It's gotten me into very sticky situations.
I feel you. I mean, I'm just saying that I'm just like, gonna sit out here. If I was a guy, I can't just like kiss one of my favorite singers. Like,
yeah, you're right. You can't, but you know, you guys run the world, so like, I should be able to kiss someone.
I feel you.
It's a huge part of my work too.
I know. That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
Feminism. Woo!
Yes.
It's not angry. It's just.
All right, we're gonna get into that real deep.
Okay.
First, can you let my dog in real quick?
Yeah. All right. Wait, what's the dog's name?
Slim Jim. Slim Jim. Yeah.
Slim Jim, right?
It's okay.
It's got a really nice pattern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why you staring at me like that? All right. Down. All right, good boy.
I like that he like knows how to be like, no, I'm ready to come inside.
Yeah.
It's sweltering outside.
All right.
It's only June.
All right, we're back into it.
Right.
All right, we just talked about the biggest topic of the podcast. Feminism.
It's a taboo.
Oh.
No,
all right.
it's not.
All right. Describe your journey of feminism for you and your journey as a woman.
Well, okay.
It's a big question. You can like answer.
Started at the age. No, okay. Whoa, that's too much information. Hold it back, Kelly. Nope, I can't. That's bad.
I mean,
it's not bad.
If it's funny, you can say it. If it's valuable, you can say it. If it doesn't have any of those.
Okay, you know what? No, it shouldn't gross people out. I got my period very late in life. I got it at like 20.
We're grown adults.
Yes, this is right. Women, men.
Wait. I was drinking 20.
Yeah, brah.
That's
I had
rare.
a lot of problems. Okay.
That's rare, right? That's very rare.
That's very rare, yes. So we're not going to get into the backstory of that.
Okay, I feel you.
But that happened. So any which way, I was footloose and fancy free for a while. Okay, so it started with these graphite and Prismacolor drawings. In college, I was still really trying to figure out just the method. So I did portraiture when a very dear friend of mine, Christopher Wells, passed away. We met in the dorms. We spent like every fucking day together. Like he was
Can I ask how he passed?
A heroin overdose.
Oh.
I usually say a car accident to try and like be kind, but you know, his mom knows and she's woken as of late because oddly I dated his brother.
Okay.
Which this piece isn't that.
Okay, this is
We're spilling all the goddamn beans. Okay, yeah. But no, I adore Richard. And that I think we really needed each other at that moment in time.
This is a college relationship.
No, I was out of college. Yeah,
okay,
this is why I moved to Athens.
Okay.
It was really good when it was good, but
remember, this is your journey as a woman too. So
right, okay. Yes, okay, but that's a big part of it. We, let's say it was mutual. I think he wanted out, and I was like, okay, like we should get out. I didn't, but I was like, this isn't gonna work for me if you're
all right.
not here.
I think I'm getting. I'm understanding.
Then I became a woman.
Wait, this was your first love, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was. I had a very unhealthy obsession with this other human that I was like literally just trying to keep alive. Raging alcoholic. That was the train to Colorado. So I was like, you need help, kid. Okay.
You're trying to keep
we don't talk about him anymore. Okay. Yeah. Hope he's alive, I guess. I really do.
How'd you meet that person?
Oh, fuck me. Okay. Like, I had just started getting high and I discovered what a gravity bong was. And
oh my God, my first gravity bong. How old were you when your first gravity bong?
What, like 19.
19?
Yeah, Air Force dad. Don't do stuff. Like,
God.
it took a hot minute for me to... I remember when my dad found out I was smoking cigarettes. He was checking my credit card statements and he was like, have you been going to CVS? Like, to obviously.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. Like...
How old were you when you started smoking cigarettes?
19. Everything happened at 19.
This is freshman year?
I took a year off because I went to USC for a semester. Fucking hated it. It was not my scene.
You went where?
To USC, where you went.
What?
Yeah. I went there for art and I was like, this isn't a good...
You went to McMaster's College? You ever visited there?
No. I have no idea what that is.
Freshman. Okay, got it.
Yeah, but I got to live on the horseshoe.
Yeah, that's
because
cool,
it was like the year that I signed up. Like all the seniors were lazy, so they're like, "Hey, we're opening this up to everybody," and I was like, "Word."
Yeah.
So I did that because Sidra was going there.
So Columbia wasn't your scene.
No, God,
why
no.
not?
Okay, well, I feel like it's come a long way.
Okay,
but at the time it was like 5 points, and some
How's it?
shitty sandwich shop that I forget.
Groucho's, Andy's.
No, because I like Groucho's. There's one on King Street. No, it was like I was going to the drawing classes. I didn't see a nude model, and I was like, "Why am I here? It's drawing one. Like, show me a body." And that's the whole point of this. And I just didn't think I was going to get enough out of it.
You didn't think you were going to see enough new bodies, basically.
No, I didn't think the teachers were up to par.
I feel you.
I thought they were just kind of there and they didn't really like their lives. So then I went to CFC and I met Cliff and everything changed.
Okay.
And yeah,
Peacock.
Yeah, Mr. Peacock, yeah. And oddly, I picked the dorm. I was in Kelly House because it is my namesake, which means brave in Gaelic. I think that's fun.
I can see that.
My sister's name means princess. We're very different.
How far apart are y'all? Like
3 years. 3 years. Anyway, so back to this spiel.
The journey of a woman.
Right.
Kelly.
Okay. So that's about when it happened. Was I was so used to taking care of everyone. Then everybody in my family is going to be cool with me saying this. I was kind of the peacekeeper growing up because I was off in Wonderland and I was like, it's okay, it's fine, everyone's cool. I was like the comic relief. It's fine, I'm so witty.
Yeah.
But me and my dad were always very tight, and he would open up to me, and then my mother would open up to me as well, and I was like, this is a lot.
For a kid, I got you.
Like, God, guys, okay, yeah. So then I booked it to Europe. No, but I'm really thankful that I got to know my dad as a person and not just a parent. Oh, I know so many fun secrets, like just dumb stuff, like his childhood dream. He's gonna shoot me for saying that. No, he's not. He wanted to be a lawyer when he was little. I thought that was adorable because it's like my dad is like this big, scary, like bearded man, and he cries at the drop of a hat. He fucking loves his daughters. So the three of us, like me, my dad, and my sister, we've got like a really good, healthy, which I'm so thankful for. And I love Sarah. I do. My sister. It's just we had a couple years where we were like, the fuck are you doing? With like, we just did not understand each other at all.
What does she do now?
She is a guidance counselor at Shakora, a Title I school, and her kids are funny as shit.
What does Title I mean again?
Poor.
Okay.
Hood.
I would put it nice.
Like she's got fourth graders cracking
helps
beers.
you on your like student loans and other things, right?
It's a grade school. It's like an elementary, but her kids are funny as shit, and she loves them a lot, and she does care, and she is really good at having like a firm hand in a loving way. So I think she really did find her. I'm so happy for her. Yeah. I think we both did, kind of. So it's nice to like hang out now because we're all like happy. Okay. Yeah. Who knew? But
everything takes time.
It does. It really does. It's a flow. But anyway, which way? Yes. And then I met. So I just
journey as a woman
had a huge down moment when I graduated. It coincided with this guy that I was trying to nurture. Basically, I got him to go to rehab. I got him to go to rehab. I let him live with me. He ended up. There's another drawing about that on my Instagram account. It's the one with like the Folly Beach Pier. And
yes, I saw that one.
Dude, okay, because that was a big moment for me because I don't talk about that. Like I just told.
Did it have a train station in it too?
It did.
See, I don't.
Trains, okay, right? Yeah, they don't take HARDA. But I was putting everything and everyone ahead of myself first because that's how I didn't mean to, but those are just the circumstances that I grew up in. I was like, okay, make sure everyone else is happy.
Where'd you meet this guy at again? In college?
Fucking college. Okay. Yeah, okay. I met him in 109. No, this was not love. He's the one that
you thought you could fix him.
I thought I could fix my dad. Oh, yes.
This was your practice.
No, okay. Well, it led to that. Me and my dad are stupid tight now. Okay, but like, it was definitely that. People always think it's daddy issues. With me, it's mommy. Like, feel free to say it. Like it is. I have no idea what's going on in that woman's head. That woman. I shouldn't say that. So no I wish her well.
Okay.
Okay.
Right,
but anyway,
the vibe is gone.
Yeah,
well, the energy is gone. Okay.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Like if I tell it to be gone, it is. It took me a long time to realize that. But anyway,
the journey of a woman.
Thank you for the wine's hitting. Okay, like, yes. So I hit like a very low, and Sidra was there, as she always is. Bless her. She puts up with so much shit for me. And I had no idea what I was doing, and I was Montessori teaching. And then at a very, very, very dark place, I met Richard, Christopher's brother, and we had really intersecting thoughts that weren't exactly the healthiest, let's say.
Toxic? That's like a big word now, just like vibe.
It is. Don't glamorize
the word
mental
toxic.
health.
Yeah.
It's not cool. I'm a little bit lit, so I'm talking about it now. But to put things lightly, we helped each other out of these holes. And he was just starting to explore his. I had already been in mine since like 18. I was like, oh, I've been here before. Like, time to get out. Yeah, it's not fun. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I don't. It just.
But that takes work.
It does. It takes a
work.
lot of work looking at yourself and crying, and it's hard. But it makes you so much more, I think, thankful and grateful.
Why'd you want to help someone else?
It's in my nature.
Oh.
I'm a woman. Okay. Journeywoman.
Yeah.
We're always trying to fix everybody. Like, not fix, or just like, we're caretakers.
Yeah.
That is biologically instilled in us to be.
That's true. I think that's true.
It is. It's very true. I mean, just the psychology of our brains, the way they are designed. Men are competitors, women are nurturers. And survival instinct, like, we've come a very long way very rapidly. Survival in cave times weren't that far off when men needed to like scope the horizon and make sure nobody like.
No, all right, I'm gonna ask this question. So,
Go
do you
for it.
feel like you want that to change, or do you feel like you want women to change that nature, and men to change their nature, and not be competitors, and women not be nurturers?
I want everybody to be comfortable with accepting all sides of themselves. Because everybody has a feminine and masculine side. And a lot of people are afraid to get in touch with that because they won't fit the cookie cutter niche of what a woman is or what a man is. Or I'm not saying everybody go out and be bisexual and join an orgy. I'm just saying toxic masculinity is a thing too. Lots of men off themselves because they don't know how to fucking cry. And like, that's a tragedy in itself.
Yeah.
But I think women, it's tricky because of, I really love Dave Chappelle, and he was like, white women, shut up. And I was like, but we're fighting the same fight.
Yeah.
And now me too. I was like, if we can unite together. Okay. Like, because it is a very, I have a lot of work about that as well. Hashtag Juneteenth. It is being celebrated today. It's a federal holiday. And I think it should be talked about.
Some people don't like how they like skipped over reparations and just like made it a holiday and think that's like good enough for some people.
It's not. No, this needs to be an ongoing thing. And I've said that. I went to protests in London for George Floyd. I mean, I shouldn't say that as like I couldn't not.
Yeah.
It's been going on for fucking centuries. Like three people are killed by police every day, and it's not reported. There are so many cases out there, and that's why I like Chappelle. Is like in like early 2000s, he was like cracking jokes about, oh, just sprinkle crack on his body. He's not kidding. Like, if you listen and you do your minute research, it's there. It's always been there. My best friend is Muslim. I will walk down the street with her.
She always gets eyes, yeah.
It's
I dated a Muslim in college,
insane. Yeah, it's just like, Jesus fucking Christ, we're all going to be caramel at some point anyway. Just get on board.
That's true.
But they are dying. That is like the only hope that I have, is that the new generation,
You talking about who's dying? The baby
the
boomers?
old white men. Let's be real. No, because the boomers just have a hard time talking about their feelings, but they can change. No, I'm talking about the staunchy stick up their ass. They literally have no concept.
It's just similar.
That's it. Like, they just don't
Yeah.
think outside themselves.
yeah.
And I am literally an empath. Like, I'll sit next to a stranger on a train and feel that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So what do you feel from like me? Like, what do you like? What vibe?
I can't answer that right now. I'm not drunk enough.
Okay.
That question has gotten me choked out in a bar.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because I was honest and I was pretty lit. By this human. Okay.
You made a piece of art about it?
Of course I fucking did. Okay.
Okay.
It was very dramatic.
All right, let's go. Let's state one thing before you like show it off. You said that you draw to get things out to understand the world.
Yes.
Okay, so all right.
This is my Trisha's Soho series, my favorite bar in London town. It is a gem of a place, and it ought to be inherited by this fabulous woman, Tracy Cowlick, who is Canadian, and my favorite tea towel dancer, Neil Harrison. So anyway, this is Tracy, and this was our crazy manager, Danny, who was a huge cokehead, very paranoid. Yeah, it's all coming out. And he did that. He fucking asked me, and I was like, don't, because I was talking to his friend, and once I get drunk, it's just like, I'll spill my gut. Like, I will, this sounds, I don't know. I've had numerous men, it wasn't just you, numerous men walk out of, like, dramatically storm out of.
After you tell them about
I'm like, this is what's up. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, this one guy, I was like, bitch, you wouldn't know the flow if it bit you on the fucking ass. Like, and he got very, very angry and stormed. And I sat there and finished my beer, and I was like, again. And they always text back the next 2 weeks, day, whatever. You were right. I'm like, yeah, it's a little too late for that. Anyway, I'm not here to be your mom. Fold your own fucking laundry. Okay, so any which way, we decided to cancel Danny for the year with a tiger. He is the one that I told him, I'm not going to get into the details because it's going to be very
juicy.
You would not believe. This is Steve. I fucking adore Steve. Always cool-headed, except for when somebody messes with his girl, because then he like goes off the pop. But he is such a sweet soul, such a good heart. He always drinks Baileys and gets high. Everybody loves Steve. He's adorable. And he has really intense gaze. We've been messaging back and forth because he's like so flattered that I drew him. I was like, dude, Steve, like, you're kind of an amazing person. He was like born and raised in Soho bar. Just that's his life. And this kind of happens to me a lot, I suppose. I really gravitate towards like sketchy because it's very intricate.
Mysterious?
No, not really.
Just sketchy. Okay.
Yeah, no, not mysterious. I'm not like trying to draw a romance novel. No, sketchy in the sense that
there's some evilness behind the door.
No. What's weird is that I see the good. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Like, I see. I was hanging out. I was literally hanging out with alcoholics every single night, and I was slowly becoming one. I realized. But it was so fun. I couldn't quit. There was, oh my God. It was like, there was Monday Club with my friend Bill, who I have to draw soon. Oh, he was so funny. I love Bill. Paul, like all these just like a cast of characters you could not imagine. There was
all right, what town was this in?
London town.
London
yes,
town.
Yes. This is the man that I got hit. Oh, wait, no. This is the one. Or I was telling you I got hit by a car. It was Benjamin Emberson. Hope he's well. Not 100% sure.
You make it seem
he's the one that brought me to Trisha's. He's the one that kind of started this whole series. So like,
wait, you knew him before he hit you?
Oh, he wasn't driving the car. We were walking, and he was like, "Come over here." Like he was leading me into the street, let's say, and then the car hit me, and then I hit him, and then I was the one, because I remember I lost consciousness for a hot second. And I just remember hearing him. He's like, "Oh my God, like someone help. I think she's dead." It was a very interesting 24 hours. But that's that. I told him what I thought of him. I think he's a butterfly and that he is much more capable than he gives himself credit for. This is what I do. This is like, I see what, and I should do it to myself too, because it's a hard thing to swallow, is like, I see what someone is capable of, and he has such a magnetism, as does Tracy and Steve. Like all of these, that's what I mean by sketchy, is like, they're in this situation. I'm like, do you know how fast you could get fucking out of here if you didn't drink every day? And like Tracy's got it. Like she writes for Mix Magazine. Like she's got this whole other life outside of Trisha's. Her and I just kind of like to like flirt with that danger, I guess you could say.
Danger.
It's fun.
You think that's in a woman's nature to like?
Not everybody. It's not the sane people. I mean, a lot of people, like, once COVID was over and stuff, they're like, dude, why the fuck do you hang out at Trisha's all the time? And I was like, well, no, I just like sketchy.
Was there anyone stabbed in this bar while you were there?
Not while I was there, but, like...
But it happened. Yeah.
This is Mary Michael. Okay.
He looks like Donald Trump a little bit.
No, don't say that. Oh my God, no. He is the opposite of everything he is. This is a fabulous gay man that plays the piano and has very long fingernails and always orders a vodka. He gets the tonic. His best friend Neil gets the Bombay Sapphire with soda. That's how I remembered people with their drink orders. But he was always there, regular. That's what I mean by it's easy to meet people in London. The same people go to the same places every day. So if you just keep showing up.
So I got some like those are really amazing.
Why, thank you. I love these people.
And each of them, like, you bring out everything about them in the drawing and the color. But my deep question is, like, it seems like you found, like, these characters.
They kind of gravitate towards me. I put myself in situations to find the characters.
Why were you... Okay, there's a two-part question.
Okay.
Do you feel like you haven't found those type of characters in America? And then two, are you looking for characters?
Not to the scale that I did in London. London is just one of those hubs where all the creatives and the crazies and the miscreants just flock. And I remember when I came back to my dad's in America because COVID, I was in debt. I didn't have a job. I was so heartbroken. I was another deep spell. I mean, I'm getting to learn my own brain better and how to get back on track, but I was just heartbroken.
How do you get back on track?
Meditating, yoga. It's so hard to do those things when you're in the hole. I guess you really have to make yourself do it. I talked to Tracy a lot about it. She has been in similar situations, and my gurus, Dom and Poppy.
All right, yeah, we were talking about that during the smoke break.
Yeah.
You had a guru.
I have a drawing of Dom. It's the guy playing the piano, and he's got like a mushroom hat, and there's a cat, and like a galaxy. I need to print it, and send him one.
All right, you had a guru parent. Right.
I love how we met. I'm wearing the rings now. I'm so excited for them to hear this. Okay. Right. Dom and Poppy, my sun and moon, they just insta-click. I was out with this dickhead, Ben, and yeah, we're going there. To be fair.
He's a dickhead, you already said it.
He just kept yelling at me, and I was like, God damn, kid. Like, not this Ben, a different Ben. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, like, when does it end? Okay, but, I was in a new country, and I had met him when I was backpacking, so I was like, well, like, common friend, whatever. Like, I need a drinking buddy.
To just yell at you
yeah, he did, but, like, he opened up about some stuff, and I was like, okay, it makes sense. Like, so we're cool now.
Was he just a yeller? That's just how he is?
Yeah. And I didn't understand that. I think I was like, is it something I'm doing? Like, am I provoking
him, like,
you?
a lot as a child or something? Like,
we're not going to get into that. Yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, but no, I mean, to be fair, I found him interesting. Mm-hmm. I did. I thought he was very quick, very smart. Very obsessed with Chernobyl.
Chernobyl?
Yeah, Chernobyl.
I'll probably say it.
But no, he means well, but he has impulse control is not quite. So he always apologized, but I was like, dude, like, you still really hurt my feelings. Oh, man. So anyway, I was out and about with him, and he brought me to this fabulous club that I kept going back to, the Green Note in Camden. So it's like Soho, Camden, and Brixton, major music areas in London. And the Green Note is where I met Dom and his amazing wife, Poppy. And we just, like, instantly, they were...
How much older are they than you?
I'm not going to say Dom's age. She's older. And Poppy is what? She's 32 or 33, somewhere in there.
Oh, okay, young.
Yeah. So, but just starstruck, I suppose, by Dom. Hit the best piano player I've ever seen, ever. Just
what does he
magic.
Look like?
Oh, he just grew his hair out, like, over quarantine. So he's got like this fun, like, who is it? Wolfgang or whatever? The long...
Wolfgang.
It looks like he's a crazy piano genius, which I think is working. I've told him multiple times. But it looks really well on him. So he was what? Let me think. Hang on. Let me visualize it. All smiles. But then it's like when he was playing the piano, you saw that dark. You know what I mean? And it was weird because we were in this very small club. It was the basement session. So it was like...
Like as small as this place right here?
Bigger. A little bit bigger. Okay. Maybe from here to like your fence.
Okay.
Like that big. There's a bar back here. The piano's right there. People are really cozy. It's a very intimate setting to listen to stuff. Mm-hmm. You can see every movement he makes. his hands are like fire. It's just insane. It blows my mind every time. And he's traveled to New Orleans with his wife as well, solo. And do you know the band Morcheeba?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're big in Europe in the 90s, and I love their music now because I didn't know about them either until Dom plays the keys with them, so he'll tour all over Europe with Morcheeba. But yeah, and then I was sitting at the bar because I think Ben had like pissed me off or something. I wanted to drink, and Poppy walks up to me and she was like, "Hey," like I'm trying to remember it because I was a little bit drunk. Okay, yeah, like so we started chatting, and I thought her name was fucking adorable. It still is. She just like everything she does is cute. It's astounding, but it's also like really cute. She is
she like small, short?
She's petite, yeah. No, she's not short. Like she's like average height, but very petite. She's got beautiful flowing locks that are always changing colors. So it's like purple, blue, pink.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she's adorable. But she's very potent as a person. They both are. Dom keeps a closer guard, I think. Poppy takes a second.
I never heard someone describe a person as potent. What do you mean by that?
Not shallow. There's a lot going on inside that they don't feel the need to express. They live out in Epping, and they're both creatives, so it's like they go into their worlds, and you can feel that when someone has a separate world. Mm-hmm. I think anyway, because I feel like that a lot, which is why this is like, whoa, what's up, guys? What's it? Okay, like you can sense it. So with Dom, it was just like insta. We started talking and chatting and just like shooting the shit. And I was rolling at the time cigarettes. I need to do it now, but I need to order filters from Amazon because no one in America rolls their own cigarettes. And I was using cardboard, and it was okay, anyway. But I was using licorice papers, and it was just like all these weird little like coincidences. She has the same. I got this in Edinburgh and this in Camden, and she had the same stones, and she was like, "Oh my god, how funny!" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was rolling licorice papers, and then Dom was like, "Oh my god, how funny!" When I smoked, I only used licorice. They have these fabulous Rizla black licorice, and it tastes a little bit sweet when you smoke it. It's nice, it's fun. But yeah, like because I went to an art opening at the gallery that she works at, and we started hanging out casually. And I went to college in Charleston. They're obsessed with Dom is anyway, with the New Orleans jazz and funk and Jelly Roll Morton. I can't think of any more names right now. Professor Longhair. They really like that era. Mm-hmm. So we kind of had that in common. And they celebrate Mardi Gras, which is fun. Yeah. But both of them, Dom, just by fucking existing and seeing, I think anyway, when he plays, I can see his emotions crossing his face with the music, which is, I think, rare because a lot of people will do gigs for like their bread and butter and it's not a connection. Yeah. And with him, it's coming from him. He composes as well. He went to the Royal College for Music. Like he's very well, what's the word? I don't know, like achieved or like metal.
So why did you keep in touch with these? Like
I love them.
Did you, like, get their numbers
Simple as that. I fucking love them.
No,
well, because this happens to them all the time.
Back to the place and
it took us a while I really, really wanted to keep hanging out with them. Yeah. And Dom would play this place in Soho on Wednesdays, Cafe Boheme, and I would go meet. I had like this nuts old man group. I called them my old man rat pack. It was.
You trying to get a sugar daddy or something?
Oh God, no. No, they were just fun. They didn't give a shit. They were over it. Like So it was Bill, Simon.
You talking about 70s, 80s?
No, Bill was like 50. Okay. Bill still gets around. Like he goes to Thailand every winter because it's too cold in London. Like he's so funny, and he and I would just gossip like in the back corner because he was a regular at Trish's too. But it was kind of nice. This other guy, Paulie, who I really need to get in touch with. Sorry, Paul. He had my back too. It's basically my muscle for working at the Coast Out bar. Like, but then it was also we both loved to like gab. So we all talked shit about each other, and it was so interesting to hear because they had been going there since it opened, so they knew everybody's shit. And they would we'd go take a smoke break and be like, oh, like that guy. Nothing scandalous. They'd just be like, oh yeah, like he's down from Edinburgh. This guy they would call like Scottish Dave or whatever. They just knew what was up. And I was new in town, so they filled me in. And I liked the same music they did. Peter Marr. I remember I was like, if I had to sing a song, it would be like Mr. Sandman. And he was like, you know that song? And I was like, yeah. But I don't know. I've always gotten along with old souls, I suppose.
I'm the same way too.
Yeah,
I like talking to older people, like getting.
They just don't give a shit anymore. Yeah. They're like,
they can teach you a lot of lessons too.
Yes, yeah, that as well.
All right, we're gonna go back to your art.
Right.
Well, I'm just saying. I feel like
I just got so lost in the conversation.
I know. I like it. Like,
sorry.
It makes me feel like I'm there when you like talk about all these people.
I started writing a book. I don't know how good it is.
It does. It, like the way you're talking, it just always sound like stories and like just people.
You can't make this up.
In a movie or a TV show.
One of the most vivacious humans I met was Jake Vegas, and he told me if I ever wrote a book that I should call it Chicken Blood Orchestra. Isn't that tight?
Yeah, you better.
Not the best name you ever heard.
Yeah,
he owned a club called the Black Gardenia. Okay, wait, but anyway, keep going.
But you didn't answer one of my questions. Do you feel like you can't find these characters in America?
Right. Okay, not to the scale of this excitement.
So you were more excited because they're in a different country?
No, they just live. Them as like they have their life is more important than their career. Everyone in America, and that's what I would tell people in England, and I was like, everyone only wants to get to know you and talk to you if you can give them something.
So let's get to the deeper point here. So you think like in Europe, people are more people?
Yeah, it's okay to just be.
And that's why that makes them like better personalities, you think?
They have way more life experiences before the age of like 17 than most Americans do before 30.
So you think it's because like they're living, like they come off as like bigger than life? You think?
I wouldn't say bigger than life. I would just say alive. I feel like a lot of Americans are kind of dead.
Ah, okay, yeah. Like that's
sorry, guys. Okay, no, you're just dead in the eyes, and it's like, what are you even doing if you're not enjoying what you're doing? Like why? Oh, some facet of your life. So it's like if you have like I had a shit office gig, and I wasn't thrilled with it, but I loved my social life. Mm-hmm. Like I was very passionate about this music that I was hearing, these people I was meeting. Everyone there is, to a degree, I think, slightly more fulfilled because the American dream is like this weird
lie.
I don't want to say like flat out lie. I mean, I'm sure it works for some people, but but yeah, money does not buy happiness. Oh, that's such a fucking cliche. I should think of something more clever. Money can't buy you experiences. That's for damn sure. It could definitely buy you comfort, but it doesn't mean it's going to be fun. So.
All right, we're back from another smoke break.
I like cigarettes.
Kelly, ask me a question.
Why did you decide to get a dog?
Okay. Why did I decide to get a dog?
Yeah, it's pretty recent.
It's a month ago I got him. I always wanted a dog. Like I was living with my brother in their apartment, and they had a cat. And like I lived here since November 2019.
Okay.
Wait, November 2020.
Time.
No,
yeah.
November 2020.
2020. Okay. This past year.
Yeah.
What was 2020?
And I had like the yard out front. Like I'm in a garage apartment, and I had like the back area. But like I've been going through some stuff, and like I always wanted a dog. I had one when I was growing up, and we had a big yard for my dogs. And I went first to the rescue place, and I looked at cats first because I knew cats are like easier to take care of and stuff like that.
They are. They're very low maintenance, but they're very picky.
Yeah, and like
that's why I love them.
But dogs, like they have this sense of loyalty, and then like there could be like I feel like they can interact with you easier or better. Like so,
dogs love you no matter what.
Exactly.
Okay, well, no, if you're a shit human, they will not. But
exactly.
Bill Murray said that or something. He was like, if my dog doesn't trust you, why should I talk to you?
But I kind of like wanted to focus on something other than myself, and I wanted like someone to take care of, and also had this like I was realizing like I was having anxiety issues, and I realized like part of the anxiety was like a sense of loneliness. So I wanted to get a dog to have someone to walk with me, have someone to like take care of, and he's been really grateful. I mean, not really, like he's been like I've been very grateful to have him. It's been a blessing.
He's pretty happy.
He's a happy dog. He's well behaved.
He has a dog channel on. Which
yeah.
I was like, oh.
I entertain him. I bought him a bone today, and his name is Slim Jim. And everyone I show him to, everyone loves him.
He came up a couple of times.
Yeah, but yeah, you got another question for me?
What led you to this podcast?
Oh, people have asked me that.
Oh, wait. Well, let me think of a better one. What's your favorite movie?
People have asked me that.
Shit. Okay. I minored in yet another useless cinematic history.
See, that's pretty cool.
I love le cinéma. Okay. All right. Why did you choose to buy the unicorn painting in your bathroom? I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Last unicorn.
That's a good question. I got it from Goodwill, like, in college. And I saw it, and I was like, you're never going to see another painting like this again.
It's pretty rare.
Yeah. And I don't think I'm ever going to see, like, I was trying to figure out, like, can I find it on the internet? I didn't, like, think of it as a unicorn, but I like things that, like, seem rare, that seem unique, seem mystical. And it's like a unicorn. It's a pretty blue that's going on. And he's, like, standing in between a canyon, I think, and then, like, a river is flowing through it. And he's, like, looking out into the river. And I don't know. Maybe it's, like, it's a piece of me, like, talking there. I don't know.
What piece of you?
Oh, gosh. Ooh.
Kraken.
I think, the piece of, like, so I'm a Sagittarius. Are you, like, into zodiacs?
Word. Bill is a Sagittarius. Yeah, I'm a Pisces, bitch.
All right. Wait, Pisces, what month is that?
March.
March, okay.
March 4th.
All right. Sagittarius, so I have a sense of adventure into me, and I feel like the unicorn is also like a magical, like, animal. So, like, I feel like I live in this, like, magical realism world in my head, and also have a sense of adventure, and I feel like that piece kind of, like, explain, like, what I really want to do, just have a sense of adventure and magic in my life.
Dude, I have another burning question. What is it like being a Sagittarius? Like, can you ever make up your mind?
No, but yes, but when I do, it's like impulse, go.
So it could, like, change at the drop of a hat.
I can do that, but it takes a lot of analytical thinking and, like, a lot of, like, research before I make it, and then I won't make it. But when I do make decisions, it's usually impulsive. So.
You guys are low-key reserved.
What do you mean by that?
You don't talk about yourselves a lot.
No, I don't talk about.
No, but you're, like, everywhere. Like, that's what I mean. It's like you're very out in the public and, like, doing things. But then it's like.
But no, yeah.
You hold your cards close to your chest.
I do. I hold my cards close, but I'll get open. I think I get open because it's like it helps me a little bit, like, to just release it.
I mean, I just let it all hang out.
I try to live that way.
It's doing me good so far.
So, all right, one more question for me, and then we're gonna get into your art. Cause I like it.
When did you leave Philly?
Well, that's when I was like 6 months.
Okay, that's not a good question then.
I can't really call it a hometown, like, but I do.
Who was the group of people that you were with at the Wait, we should do a plug.
Yeah.
The Purple Buffalo. Last Friday, the Ballyhoo Festival. With the Angels, Zoe and Alexa, the twins.
So
what's their brand name?
Foxton.
Okay. Yeah.
So I met Kelly at the Ballyhoo Festival. What was happening? One of my friends from college, she came in to sell, and she came on my podcast, and then she went to the festival.
Okay. Was she just walking around? Or
no, she was.
There was an ice skater there that was, like, busting out. Did you see that?
Yeah,
that was cool. Okay.
She was, like, across from you, like 3 tents down.
The plant girl? Nah.
No.
She's still in college.
She had lights on her table. She had, like, a lot of pictures of, like, women with swords and.
Oh,
like,
fun! I did not do, like, the rounds. I got there late.
You were like once it got dark, like
I was in spot number 13.
Yeah, you were in the dark.
I had a flashlight where I was like,
yeah, no one could see you, like, at the end.
I've upped my tent game because I am doing another plug. I'm doing the Tomato Band Tomato Mania it's this weekend. But I balled out. I got a tent. I got a basket.
So I saw you posted on Instagram, and I saw the Foxton people posted on Instagram. I know there's musicians there, but it's also an art too.
Yes, it's like a vendor. It's at the Barrel on Folly Road, which is just down the way, and it's like an all-day thing. Because then that night I got a ticket to the Dirty Dozen band at the Poorhouse, which I'm very excited about. But I have no idea what to expect.
I never heard of that band, Dirty Dozen.
Oh, they're from NOLA. They're from New Orleans. It's gonna be funky.
Wait, when is that?
Next Saturday.
And tomorrow's the tomato.
No, that's next Saturday as well. So it's like I'm working all day at this festival. Got a very busy weekend. And I have a show coming up.
You have a show?
Yeah, like my own
Art show?
shit. Yeah. So this woman I met I was at this place, Space, in West Ashley. It's a salon / like candle / local stuff. Anyway, I was there and I met this woman that kind of like clicked, Tara Spalding, and she rents out a house on Folly for an Airbnb, and she was like, hey, it's open. It's odd. Okay, it's like a dope house. It's like a dope Folly
Wait, you're
house.
having an art show at this house?
She was like, oh, I really like your stuff. You know, like if like I'd love to like try and support you to get out there. So she's letting me hang my shit and like invite people over for champagne and cheese and to buy my stuff.
That's
July
cool.
2nd and 3rd. I'm so excited because I have so much shit.
Like I met her one time.
We met once and then we met up again to like hammer out details and talk about like what her style was. I need to cover up the nudity because there will be children present. But like,
how would you do that?
I can throw a bra on somebody. It's not a big deal. For where I'm at right now, for starting out this company or like trying to like actually sell my things via March.
Yeah.
I'm willing to throw some pants on a lady. Like, I think the human body is beautiful and it ought not be shamed. But like, thank you, Tara, for the space. So.
All right, we're gonna get to your art now.
Right.
I'm about to we're gonna
my box of. I don't even know what you call this, because that's the funny thing is it's like, okay, so all this, I just got this iPad, which I fucking love, in November. I saved up enough money. I was out of debt, saved up money. And I bought it. Like I went balls to the wall, got all the bells and whistles, and I was not sure how it was going to go over. But I was like, well, I don't have a laptop anyway.
Yeah.
So I might as well like get a computer. But I fucking love it. It's like having an art store. And I think it's very similar to painting, the style that I'm using. I talked to Beth a lot about it. Bethy Love Art is her Instagram handle. Because she's getting onto the digital realm as well. Because it's really hard for the circle that I'm in, and I hate to say it, but the class that I was born into to sell fine art, unless I meet a billionaire friend that like wants to introduce me to all of their friends, no one's going to shell out the amount of money I'm willing to part with for some of these images. So it's a lot.
You had some big images at the Ballyhoo.
I did. I have one huge self-portrait.
I
was like, this will draw people in. I was like, you don't want to know.
Yeah, how much it cost? And you're like, oh, I'm not going to sell that. So.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense.
It's a very important piece for me. It's oil on canvas. That alone, people, I don't think, just unless you're an artist, like the oil paint and the canvas that it took to paint that is easy. 400.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you use a lot of paint. I do a lot of layers. So this, I think, is better for my demographic, and it's so fun and it's convenient.
For your market.
I've got it. Yes, which apparently is like the yoga mom. I'm learning.
Yeah. You got to know your market. You got to know your audience.
But then it's like Tomato Band messaged me and they're like, hey, we'd love to. And I was like, oh, I was so flattered. I was very flattered. Yeah.
You're just getting started.
It's exciting. Yeah. Because it's like, okay, so I would draw all this shit. And that's, okay, because we were saying like we should talk more about the art, is I was in quarantine in London, nothing to do. So I needed to structure my days. And I was like, well, I haven't drawn in. I mean, I would like doodle and stuff. I did this. Voyage.
All right, we're just gonna. I'm just go into like.
So like this is the one that I did right before I left for my backpacking adventure.
It's based off of a real person.
Yes, and it was like I would find random models on Instagram and be like, "Hey, can I draw you?" Like I would message them, and that was when I was connecting. I had like a very, at the time, it was kind of a male-centric view because that's what a lot of women are taught when they grow up is. How to be pretty, how to be feminine, how to be... Not, I wasn't taught that. My dad, from a very early age, my dad was like, it's okay if you like girls. So, yeah, he's cool, he's chill. But, like, in the dating world and whatnot, it's... You have to be... Especially in fucking Charleston.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
I don't like
Cocktail hour is a goddamn nightmare.
Yeah, I don't like Southern Belles.
It's not fun. Yeah. It's not cute. It gets old fast, gentlemen. You're gonna have an affair.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway...
But
I connected with these women that looked kind of disloyal, kind of like melancholy. I was like, okay, I'm like, I'm not letting my substance out. I have all these like weird thoughts and secrets and stuff that I'm just not I think that's why I liked to be alone when I was younger. Not that it was like this level of femininity yet, but I didn't trust people to understand where I was coming from.
Okay.
That sounded way more complex than it was, but like,
as a woman,
I was totally cool. No, just as a person. Because I do think that you can talk to dolphins. Yeah, I just remember me and my dad were at the beach when like I first got back, and he was like, I had a feeling this would happen, and I was like, yeah, me too. Because I was burning a candle at both ends in London. I was basically dead, but I just. It's really easy for me to be in touch with things that you can't name. Like a vibe. Okay, no. Like what I was talking about.
You believe in spirits?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Ghosts?
All the time. Okay, ghosts is a stretch. Like, yeah, sure. But I'm not saying that I talk to. I just think that the universal subconscious is a thing. And the energy you put out is what you're going to get back. And if you're, like you attract, like somehow this podcast happened. Total strangers, never met you before. Yeah. And like of all the people there, you're like, hey, would you want to come in? I was like, yeah, sure, fuck it. Like it's stuff. Oh, and it's been scientifically proven. Like that's a big Montessori thing for me. Is like, okay, I'm like, well, like rocks will do so much, but it's your body will sense something before your brain can catch up. I do think your gut brain is smarter than your.
That's what I'm learning. Yeah, your gut controls your brain.
Definitely, when something bad is going to happen. Like you can feel it, and I think if you really listen to anybody can do that. I just think it comes naturally and easily to.
I'm gonna give you a compliment. I feel like out of a lot of people I've known, I feel like you kind of are like really in touch with your gut. Right?
I was gonna say I have no idea where this is going, but thank you.
Yeah.
I do because I make questionable choices. I think, but then I'm like I knew that this was gonna play out this way. So then it's like later. Oh, fuck me. It always makes me cry. My dad's like, I'm really proud of you. And I'm like, thanks. Like, I feel like my life is on fire right now, but thanks. Like, because I do. Because he's like, you listen to your gut, and that's brave. A lot of people just.
What advice do you have for people who don't listen to their gut?
None. I can't give advice. That's not. I don't know all the parameters of their life. Like maybe they came from like a very abusive home and they just want stability. Like they can't afford to listen to their gut, or it's different for everyone. It is, but.
All right, let's get into the art. I'm gonna ask you some questions about your art. Why do you like drawing the female body so much?
It's gorgeous. It's way prettier than the male body.
I completely agree with that.
I agree too. I mean, I go both. Okay, no, no, it's just curvy. And
so, what's about curves that make art pleasant
the lighting?
To see?
It's a boring answer. The light, the way the light hits. Mm-hmm. It's like butter. It's more subtle. It's just pretty.
All right, let's go into. All right, so hopefully by now, like they're watching and seeing the pieces you're putting out, that they can tell you're really great.
Thanks.
Tell them your background though, how you like got to that, like
right.
You studied to do this.
Did.
Yeah.
Yes. So, my first painting was
amateur,
horrid.
Basically.
It is definitely a practiced skill. It is not something because people ask me like, oh, like what's painting advice? Just look, staring, looking is the best gift you can give yourself. Really, because you think and. Mr. Peacock used to always say, he was like, you think you know what a tree looks like, but you don't. Ooh. You need to stare at what you're drawing. I always use references. I always use models. I always, like, for everything. I don't trust my own. Mm-hmm. It's different if you're an illustrator because then it's like, it is more like you're making things up. So it's, a lot of it is triangles and purple. It's the secret drawing. Like, there's purple in fucking everything, almost. And when you get to, or I touch my face or arms or body, like if I'm trying to figure out the curvature of something, I'll just like, I did that during the live stream, and that's kind of when I know, I was like, oh shit, like I was trying to draw this lady's lips, and I was like I was feeling right, I was like, wait, okay, so it like dips right here, like, because I loved sculpture. I really loved sculpture as well, because it's such a different animal. It's like, but that and diligence, you have to treat it like a job. I get up every day at 7, start drawing from 8 to 4, and I don't disrupt that. I did just start working at Glazed because I needed like human interaction. But so that's fun. I make lattes and chat people up.
Wait, so how do you... I have a problem with this. How do you like stay in a creative flow without getting distracted?
I'm always in a creative flow. Okay,
Yeah.
No, it's sad. I was talking to this amazing musician too, Jack Trouble. And he was somebody, I'm dying to like pick his brain more. He cranked out, same thing. We both did so much work during quarantine in London, just locked it. He dropped like 2 albums in a year. Amazing. Look him up on Spotify, Jack Trouble. Was with a group, Spiritual Bar, that I was hanging out with a lot. But we were exchanging just like methods and ideas back and forth. And I have all these journals. Like I would be walking around the city and I have an idea.
Art journals?
Yeah.
Sketches?
Where I just, not even sketches. I'm just like, okay, it would be cool to, like, just one, for instance, because I remember I messaged him right after. I was like, dude, I'm looking at a fucking tree right now. And like so many ideas are coming. Like, I thought it would be cool the way the light was hitting the tree. I was like, well, what if I had like a swimmer? So then I did end up doing like a series of swimmers somewhere in here. But I was like, well, what if she was like swimming in the sky? Like, because I used to swim in backstroke. I was like, that'd be pretty. And then I did do a drawing of these, the way the bark looked on the tree. It was like a fucking, where was it? It was almost in Hackney. It was a park like right near there, London Fields, I think. And there are these gorgeous old trees there, and I would just sit and like take a break and listen to music. Dom Glenn too, amazing musician as well. Because I remember I was listening to his song Wound Within, and I saw all these like women in the bark. Like I think that's how I interpret my emotions, is through the music helps me see an image. So it's like I'll listen, because that's what ended up happening with all these musicians. Does it
bring back memories, you think?
Sometimes, to a degree. Sometimes usually the memories that brings back, I'm not gonna lie, are painful, because for some reason your brain remembers pain more than joy, because it's like a survival mechanism or whatever. But it makes for some really good art. So like this one, I've never met the guy. Oh, but I love his music. William Poyer. Bing. Okay, like I just listened to his albums nonstop during quarantine. And this is the...
Where's he from?
Wales. And his wife is from Mexico City, I think. Something like that. But they had just had a baby, Vincent. And like, I know nothing about this human, but just like listening to his music. He was a Spiritual Bar family, like part of their crew or whatever. Mm-hmm. This guy I do know, Zach. And Zach and Jack were the first two. This is where I started to get the confidence. I was like, maybe I am good enough. I drew this for Zach, and I was listening to his album as well. And I heard, I don't know how to, like, okay.
Those letters are you too, right?
Yes. Yeah. It took a lot of time.
Yeah, those are really nice.
Oh, God. Okay, yes. The letters took the longest because that's not an organic shape. It's it's a very, but this is Zach.
Jeez.
This is all like my, not all of it, but most of my graphite work. This one was Amy and the Calamites. This one I didn't finish yet. Sorry, Amy. Like it's getting there. I have one of Bandini too.
So you do a lot of collages. Now,
this was interesting. Was like, because this kind of was a new style for me. Because
when did you first start doing collages like that?
When I was locked up in my house. When I was in quarantine.
So you like draw something.
And I was like, I'm seeing so many things right now.
Something. Oh.
Yeah, like I would listen to her music, and she's from Zimbabwe, so I was like, okay, I should probably incorporate that. Right?
It shows so much about a person too.
Like this is the stuff I'm not advertising yet. I need to get to it, but it's frustrating because it's like all I want to do is wake up and draw. But I need to do the Etsy and
I know you don't know me well enough, but like I would love to get something drawn by you. Like,
why, thank you.
I guess you got to get to know me to know all the stuff to put around me.
Yeah, well, see, because that's the thing is it's like, okay, because you know how you asked earlier, you're like, well, what do you see when you...
Yeah.
I don't know this bit. Okay, like I know her well. I know her in an acquainted way, I would say.
Also kind of makes me want to be...
But it's like I can look at a person and be like, okay, this is you.
But yeah, but I also want to like... Every time you draw someone, it makes them seem like...
a god.
Yeah.
Because everybody does have their inner god and goddess.
Oh, okay.
It's my message to the world is like, just get in tune with it and be cool.
Like they all just seem like a celebrity, like someone to... But also...
They're kind of like my superstars. Grassroots musicians are definitely... They're in it for the the art, not the. I can't listen to pop music.
Really?
No.
Like modern pop? No. I don't think I can either. But like, why? Why?
Because it's sad.
Pop music is sad to you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like the love music?
What do you mean by love music?
Well, like they talk about love, like in the pop music.
That's not real love. That's something their producer came up with and
Why
like dyed their hair
sad?
blonde.
Why is pop music sad?
Because it's très tragique. Because it's not real. Like it's like I just got very emotional then. Like the people that no one knows about that are playing clubs in even in Charleston and London, or like people that aren't like big time. Like that's why I'm not exactly a huge fan of Taylor Swift. Is
you like underground?
But it's not just like if somebody's big. Okay, like I mean Leonard Cohen, he's a big name, and I really love his music. Or Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, The Strokes, the Velvet Underground. Yeah. So I love all of the Aerosmith, like AC/DC.
But you like the everyday musician, the dude who like no one knows.
I like the people that are doing it, and they're doing it because they have to. Yeah. Because it's
the cathartic thing for them to do. Like it's in their
if
blood.
I wasn't, that's why I have
just
such a fucking
that's why you
backlog
draw.
of
You
stuff.
have to, right?
It's like I didn't start advertising this until not even 6 months ago, maybe.
All right, if someone cut off your wrist and you have no
I'd
hands,
shoot them, and then I would learn how to sculpt clay with my feet. I've thought about that.
Okay.
But I have, because I was like, what if something happened to my hands? I would die. Or my eyes. Yeah, I wear glasses. That would be the number. Okay, it's between losing my sight and losing my hearing, because music and visuals are such an important aspect of it. I would find a way to draw if I was blind. I know I would. But if somebody took my hands,
I was thinking that in an earlier podcast.
They'd be a dead son of a bitch.
So that's what I'm getting from you is like, I feel like you have to do this.
I do.
Why?
I'd go crazy. I have gone crazy. I have gone to very scary places, and this brought me out.
So this is the way you get your energy out and your thoughts out and your...
It's the way I make sense of everything. It's the way I make sense of the world. It's the way I understand people. It's the way I relate to whatever life is. That sounded so stupid.
When did that start though? When you felt like you have to do it, or else like you would get anxiety?
Well, okay, as a child, it happened naturally because you go from like a state of unknowing. You just are how you pop out, and then you start to catch on to social cues and clicks, and it was really interesting to be a teacher and see kids do this, change themselves to fit in. And I would always be like you don't have to do that. Like you can still be you. Like Oh, I loved my children. Like I loved the classes and stuff, but I had a really, really, really dark year after the Colorado boy, and that's when I was fresh out of fucks. That's when that happened, and I started drawing right after that. I can't.
Fresh out of fucks.
Yeah, fresh out. Like I'll check my bag, bitch, but they're not there. Yeah, and that's kind of been just. I never want to go back to that place again, and this is what keeps me. This is how I say I'm important, I guess, to myself. Like I'm not like, oh, I'm important to the world. Like I'm not an influencer or whatever.
I like the way you say that. I like that.
I matter because I have to create. That's like
say that again in a different way.
In a different way?
Yeah, you matter because what?
Because I have to draw.
All right, say it another way.
Because I have to say what's going on inside, outside.
All right, say it one more time in another way.
Because I don't give a shit what anyone else thinks.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah, which is why I liked this draw. I mean, I think it's fairly loving. It encompasses Richard.
So I have this little segment we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring the camera closer, and I want you to just pop off. It'll be like rapid fire.
Oh my god, how fun!
Of all the stuff you have here.
It's like one of those print tests. Like
and you gotta say something really quick about it.
Okay, cool.
All right, I'm gonna put the pizza in the oven, and then we're gonna do that.
Oh, this one's fun. Okay. Jungle Love. Okay, this was a series that I started in London. I got kind of bored with drawing musicians. I drew everybody in Spiritual Bar, so I started this, and it went really well. And then, this one was a song by the band, and it's called Atlantic City. This is definitely just all inspired by music. the canines. There's a theme. You can catch it if you know what I mean. This one was The Jungle Love by Steve Miller Band. The Jungle Love, it's driving me mad. It's making me crazy. This is a real throwback. This is the kids I was talking about. This is George and Will. George Chandler and William Fox. I fucking loved them. Like, I was drawing when I was a teacher, too. Such cuties. This is one my girl Morgan in Athens really liked a lot. I didn't really know what I was saying at the time, I suppose. It was spiritual. I don't know. Honeybees. This was for a band poster. This is so old. This is from like, that's what I mean. It's like I've been drawing. I didn't stop, guys. I'm now deciding to tell you about it. Okay, I was so excited to say, like, my Goonfuls folder. Everyone who is watching this will know what that means. It's my tattoo. Okay, but Delicacy. This was the first piece that was in a show out of college, the Broke Yolk show with Sage. Dude, the Pineapple original. Just all of these. Let me find. That's a good one. The original of that. Because I have prints of all of these graphite drawings that I was not willing to part with for less than $100, which I feel like is fair. Sidra bought one of these. Sidra bought the print of that. It's small, but I had this dope print shop in Athens, Belgium. Oh, the Blossom Booty. I feel like somebody bought this one, the print of that. Okay. Ooh, I don't want the dog to. Let me get more. Let's see what's in all of these archives. Back into the Kelly land. It's obviously a girl feeling nature. Okay, that's Athens. Animal series. I have no idea what's in this folder. Oh, this is more musicians. Oh my God, Florence is in here. Florence. No. Florence Jolie. This amazing jazz singer that's got such a raspy voice. This was another William Poyer song that I heard, and it reminded me of my mother a lot. The name escapes me right now, but he's a good... Look him up on Spotify. This is Jack Trouble. The Jack Trouble, which was interesting because, well, the octopus has a very funny story, but I'm not going to get into it. I love you, Anne. Okay. Florence is in here somewhere. She is a gem and a half. She's literally like a gypsy woman. Oh, this one was fun. That was just kind of like a Steam release. Cooler than a strawberry milkshake. And I really like the disco era, so jukebox. Oh my God, this is the Bandini one. This one I got very intricate on. He had, and I remember I was talking to Zach on the phone about it. What is he? He's an Aquarius. So he's very reserved, like you. This is one of those things where it's like I had maybe, 5 conversations with the guy. And I was like, this is what I'm picking up from you. And he was like, yeah. Like, I talked to Zach, who I chatted with more often. And he was like, that's accurate. And I was like, okay. I was just assuming. Okay. But I really want to find that Florence one. It's really good. It's like her in front of a Rolls Royce with cheetahs. It's frustrating because there are papers in between. This is when I was trying to go abstract. I'm not really that strong at it. This is Dom Glynn's girlfriend, Zoe, that I keep meaning to finish. But she's an amazing artist as well. She does abstractions. Her and Poppy, my painting guru, both do that. And it blows my mind. I have no idea how they communicate those emotions through that style. But I thought she deserved a crown. This is when I was first starting back up in London. I just needed to grease the wheels again. Welcome to the jungle. Gets worse here every day. Disco ice cream. This one's cute. It's funny. Cancel my subscription to your issues. Bye. Okay. This is one of the first ones I did with spiritual records in mind. Is just like I don't know. I was still trying to figure out my stuff. This one I did. I had a brief spell in New York. This is about Colorado Boy. Beats headphones, a banana, and a scotch, and a cigarette. That's all we're going to say about that. This is what my brain looks like when I'm trying to come up with an idea. Like, that's what I mean when I say I have a bunch of, like, messy artistic notebooks, is I just scribble out ideas, and I'm like, okay, well, this would work, da-da-da-da. I can go through my prints. Oh, wait, the Florence thing might be in here. Let's hope. Oh, my God, I forgot about that. Like, this is, I forgot about these, and I made them. This was supposed to be like a Saturday chilling. I was bored of drawing musicians, so I did like a croissant. Like what you would typically do on a Sunday in, cozy socks, a cat, those coffees that are through the Italian machine. They're so fun. Figs, biscotti, cigarettes, all the fine things in life. Then I did this random shower because I liked how it looked. Oh, this one was fun. Danya really liked this pair of panties. I was just, at the time, I was trying to do like feminine objects instead of an actual woman. I was doing, I don't know, that's a Polaroid camera. That's fun. I was trying to decide what to draw in the picture. Oh, I really liked this one, the telephone. So this was just kind of me, yet again, like practicing my skill again. It's weird to say that because like so many people, oh, that's a good one, the high heel. It's bold. I thought it was anyway. Like that could make a nice print. At the time, no art shops were open, so I had to do all of this on printer paper. And then they eventually opened up and I did like this big painting for Spiritual Bar. Oh, a powder case. Gotta go powder your nose. All right. Let's get into the more recent stuff. All right, so I did the Soho series. I'm just going to toss this on the floor. It's paper. It's fine. Okay. This one has like a hidden little secret. I have some of the chakras. A Romanian witch told me that my chakras were C-shaped and that I needed to heal them. And that she could do it for me. And I was like, I got it myself. And so I've been working on that, trying to meditate on the colors of each. But I thought that was a nice representation. And Juneteenth, yay. Salad days, you heard the story. Succulent, I think this is what this one is called. It's how you can be. Women can come off as prickly, but, you know, if you just wait it out. Like, if you get to know me and not my boob. No, okay. This one was called Kiss Kiss. That was just when I was starting to experiment with just feminine portraiture. Because all through college, I painted like all of my friends. Males were mixed in like cantaloupe. This one, I think it's called like Juicy or something. But this is literally, I thought she looked like a cantaloupe. I was like, well, what would suit her? I liked her style. I liked her hat. This one is called Mirage. That's another popular one that I like. This is when I first got the iPad and it was a learning curve. I like it a lot, but it started off as a lighthouse, just one blue lighthouse. And I was like, well, wait, like I kind of want to be my own lighthouse. Like I want to take my own guidance and advice. So then I drew all these women and there's definitely a dialogue going on there with the colors and the lighthouses, but listen to yourself, ladies. This one is Planetary Clocks Unwinding. I do yoga lightly. Like I'm not a yogi, but it does work. It helps you like fall asleep and just chill. And I'm very into horoscopes. So I thought, and moon phases, obviously. This is when I really started to understand how to do skin tones on the iPad. It is very similar to painting. It's a lot of layers. And I forget the name of the artist. It's called Good Time Girl is the song. It'll come up if you look it up. Me and my head have become very close. Okay. This is about Poppy. She's whispering into my ear. Well, symbolically anyway. She's my little guardian angel because she really did help to heal me on this last go round down the rabbit hole. Black Lives Matter. Okay, no. Sunny Italia. My fabulous. Oh, she brought me to Carnival. I was so lucky to be there with the group. It was such fun. Notting Hill Carnival. This one is kind of reminiscent of Tracy. So Tracy's a blonde, I'm a brunette, and it's just two girls chilling in the spring, vibing, because when we're together, we don't give a shit about men, and it feels good. This is yet again. This is the swimmers. I was like, I should draw. I like how the swim cap kind of highlights the figure. It takes away the hairography, I suppose. And I just really liked the palette. It was kind of an aesthetic piece. The colors of their skin with the bright poppy. This is my locals only series, Kudu Cafe. Have you been to Kudu? Oh my God, you gotta check it out. It's basically this. Okay, it's just chill. People just go there to read and vibe and, I don't know, write poems or play chess. Recovery Room Tavern. This one is doing very well. I just sent one to Crooklyn. To this old friend, Mike, who I met. His friend was next to me at the guitar stand. Cocktail Club. Really trying to break into that market of I don't even know, rich old men and their sugar babies. But Cocktail Club is fun. You can smoke cigars there. Got a deck. This one, I was asking people at the Ballyhoo. I was like, do you feel any sexual... Because obviously it's supposed to be. It's a cat. Yeah, right. Okay, thank you. And it's Anya Taylor-Joy, America's New It Girl. I really liked her in Queen's Gambit. And this was just kind of like a poppy... Occasionally my brain will need a break from myself. So I'll just do something fun. And this is the piece I'm selling later today. This one was deep into the archives. It's The Evil Eye, which is very popular around here. That's why they paint the roofs of the porches that pale blue, is to keep the demons away. So that's fun. And then finally, so we're getting into a very erotic series with my work. More to come. I posted one. This is pretty tame, TBH. I think at the time I was listening to Glass Animals' new album. The heat waves been breaking me down. And it just kind of felt like you were melting, obviously heat wave. But I'm really exploring this. I posted something recently that shocked me. It's like a Madonna coming out of some woman's head. Do you know what I'm talking about? And the orange slice. I was like, whoa, guys. That's when I get into the zone and I'm like, what's going on? I don't question it until I'm out of it. And I'm like, oh shit. I should call a therapist. Okay. But yes, that was the rapid fire of my, now it's all over the floor. Okay. Woo! Okay. Did it. Okay. Live from New York. It's Saturday night. Well, it's actually Friday. It's Friday night. I'm always one day, bitches. I'll be on SNL.
Fuck yeah.
That's the dream. Kate McKinnon. Okay. She saved the season. She replaced Kristen Wiig. Thank God.
Oh, you don't like Kristen?
No, I do. I just meant there was a gaping hole. Yeah. Funny.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Exactly.
I love
Did you like the Elon Musk episode?
Yes! Oh my God! Yeah, and I love that he's with Grimes. Mm-hmm. I finally started to understand her music, I think. Because she just came out with that album. Yeah, it does. I see everything.
Elon is showing her everything.
Yeah, Elon's a babe. I think they get each other. I think the pot found the lid. So I don't think it's a baby mama thing. I think they actually like each other.
Aww. All right, guys. We just
made pizza.
We just made pizza, and also we just had a segment where Kelly showed all her art. How do you feel about that?
I could have done more. There's more stuff that you guys haven't seen.
All right.
But time is a constraint that is real. So.
All right, real quick, tell people where to find you at. Give yourself a plug.
Instagram is definitely my most active account. KMac Studios. KMACSTUDIOS _. I'm trying to be as active on Facebook, but no one uses Facebook.
Do you have a website?
I did. I had a Squarespace for a very long time, but the foot traffic to said website. So I have an Etsy shop. The link is in my bio on my Instagram. And the Squarespace, as professional as it looked and all the beautiful graphite drawings that it showed, I did not realize till Poppy and Dom told me that hey, you have to put your stuff in front of people. You have to. So right now I'm just doing the social media and the Insta. And the Etsy, and then hopefully I'll revamp the Squarespace account. Once people know my name, I don't know. I mean, ideally I wouldn't have to. I would just be a museum, but I have big plans to fill a warehouse very soon. I'm talking to this woman right now, because there's that Folly Beach house, but then there's also this lady that it's going to be, I don't want to say too much about it, but it's a sensorial show. It's going to involve scent and light and
art installation kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. And she's shopping for a warehouse right now. So fingers crossed.
Warehouse to have it at and have like consistent like art installation.
For me to open the first show, but like a space for her. She does the local Celeb Charleston boutique right now in Mount Pleasant, where they rotate local artists. And her and I got to talking at a couple of different shows, and I was like, hey, I had this dream where I do lucid dreaming where I like sleep with a journal under my pillow, and then I like write down all these ideas that just it's something I need to figure out later in the day, where I'm like, okay, wait.
You dream a lot?
All the time, every night. Yeah. Yeah. Do you?
Like even when you smoke? Like weed?
No, less when I smoke.
Okay.
Because for a long stretch, especially during quarantine in London, I was getting high every night to like go to sleep because I was so stressed out.
Yeah.
But now that I'm back on a normal grind and not smoking every day, I dream like fucking crazy. Like I thought it would stop, but it didn't. So I started writing it down. Okay, I
don't dream much.
I dream every single night. Sometimes it's exhausting, but writing it down helps, and it does always tell me something, and it's usually a pretty good idea. But this one in particular was a very, very vivid dream. It was a man's body in a tweed suit in a warehouse, but
what
he had
suit?
a tweed, like a nice green tweed. He had elbow patches and shit.
Okay.
He looked like somebody that would know shit. And damn it, patriarchy. Okay, no, but like it should have been a woman. Okay, no. But he had like an ape's head. He had a monkey head, and we were in this amazing space. It was like this big cream warehouse with like exposed bricks and like beams and stuff. And there were these huge windows that had these glass bottles hanging from them, and there were maps everywhere, like these old dusty stacks of maps. And then he was telling me, like the ape man, he was nice, but he was like, hey, you should really hang your art in here. And I was like, okay. So I told this lady about this dream I had. Like somehow I was drinking beers at a show, surprise, surprise. And I was like, yeah, I had this nuts dream. And like, I was talking to her. I was like, so are you happy at that local spot? And she was like, well, I'm looking to expand. And I was like, really? I kind of want to fill it. So that was that. We'll see.
Yeah. All right, so everyone go follow her at KMax Studios on Instagram.
Please do. Thank you. I'm at very low followers now because this started in March. That confuses people too, because I've got like 50 fucking posts. And like not even 1,000 followers, but whatever.
There's nothing wrong with that. She's getting started by like selling your art. So
that I am.
Yeah.
This is all new to me. So thanks for tuning in.
And then like you gotta get into marketing, and then also like buying prints and stuff, like having the money to get the inventory. Like
all I want is a manager. I want somebody to do this shit for me, so all I can do is like wake up and draw and be like, hey, I saw this in my dream last night.
Yeah, you have to do it to a point, and then like once you get like past that point, you gotta then you hire
hopefully this will
someone.
help me get past that point.
Tell
your friends.
Hell yeah. So Kelly,
see,
what do you like want to like? What's the goal in life for you?
Take over the world.
To what?
Just take over the world.
You want to be a president?
No, fuck no. They have no power.
Okay, that's politics. You want to take over the world
with my art? Yes, I said that like 3 months ago to Michael Schumacher. I was like, hey, I came to build an empire.
That mindset is critical.
Why?
No, it's not critical, but it's like it's necessary if you want. If you want,
I will cut down anyone. No, just kidding.
Like.
No, I just okay.
That's like
I've thought about
that's
this.
Ego though. Do you have a big ego?
No, I think I have a healthy ego. I read The Fountainhead when I was 18, and it totally changed my worldview, because I think you do need to be in.
I started The Fountainhead. I didn't finish it.
You gotta finish it. He sets a building on fire. I think, okay, idealistically, if everybody did what was true to themselves, the world would just turn like nobody's business. But that's not going to happen because people are greedy and needy and manipulative. So if I keep listening to my gut, yeah, hopefully, I'm not in any rush. Like,
yeah, you have tons of time.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I'm trying to enjoy the ride too. I said that because it was it's my alter ego of like business. Like I become a shark when I'm like, oh my God, like buy my shit. Okay, no, but I want to, okay, kind of more honest, wholehearted, not guarded. I would like to connect people to their emotions more with my work, and it seems to be working.
Yeah, I feel like you.
That's what's weird. I'm like, what?
You have something there. The way you
that
draw. That
shocks me because I'm just now showing it to people. I'm like, oh fuck, you feel something too? Like, great.
Yeah, you have that. You have that ability. The way you draw people, like,
thank you.
It represents them. It represents like everything that you see in your like I see something myself in them. Like, you do well. You do very well. I don't know how to explain
That's still news to me. Like, thanks. That's when it really hit home.
The technique of drawing people, you got that like done. I
think it's because I did it undercover for so long, where I had at least 6 years of practice where I was not trying to do this. So it was my standard that was being questioned. It wasn't me trying to sell stuff. I was just like, how can I make this better?
Yeah.
Because I had a full-time job. I was a teacher, and then I would just like moonlight as an artist and didn't take it serious. I would just post on Instagram and be like, man, someone will like it.
So like, you asked me like, why did I pick you to come on the podcast? Like,
yeah.
So I was going around the tables, and I'm looking for someone who's unique, like, some people were like selling stuff they bought and they're reselling it.
What? Fuck was doing that?
I mean, I'm not gonna say names, but there's also some people who sell their own art, and like. But then I saw you, and like I was like, okay.
My ratchet ass setup. Like, I don't even have a tent. I bought a tent. It's gonna get better.
Yeah. But I saw your self-portrait first, and like immediately I saw that like you had technique, and you had like understanding of like lighting, and because I knew like I was like you had to like. It's hard to teach yourself that. You kind of have to like practice. I knew you had something going on. So like I went up and talked to you, and you said you had a background in it, basically.
Yeah.
And you studied it. You like put the hard work behind it, and that can show. But you also, so like I already saw that you had talent to draw, but you also had your own style too.
Dude, people say that,
and now that's why I brought you on, because you had your own style. A lot of people can do art, but like they're either like copying something, or like, you know, they haven't found themselves yet.
I spent a lot of time traveling to figure that out.
So is the lesson here to travel to find yourself?
If I wanted to quote Anthony Bourdain, yes, R.I.P. Huge hero. I fell in love with him when I was 14.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and he's got a new movie coming out, Roadrunner. Well, he's dead, but it's a biopic.
Yeah.
No, it's to not be afraid.
Hell yeah, I love that.
Of whatever.
Not be afraid.
Yeah, I was fresh out of fucks.
Fresh out of fucks, not be afraid.
Nothing can scare me anymore. I have seen darkness.
You've been to dark alleys in London. You've like
not even London. Like, bitch, please. Okay, no, like darkness in my own mind. That's, I think, what gets people is they don't want to look at their own. And I've spent many hours journaling through, talking through, drawing through those scary places, and they're not so scary once you hold them. They need love. They need attention. Once you give them that, they kind of go away. So, like, you don't have anything to lose. If you think you're gonna fuck up, you're not. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
People build up their own successes and failures in their own head so quickly because they want, I think, to perceive how the rest of the world sees them, when really you're here for like a second. You might as well just get it done. You might as well do what you're feeling. Who is it? This poet. Rudyard Kipling, like the poet of the fucking 60s. What's the poem? It.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I read that to my kids when I was a Montessori teacher.
Yeah.
And it's like, a man, you will be, okay, woman, man, her story, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, it is. It's like, just, there's always going to be, you can't, it's the age-old advice of, you can't please everybody. I don't know, something along those lines. Just don't listen to the bullshit. Just don't listen at all, except anything but yourself. And then that sounds selfish, but back to Ayn Rand and the Fountainhead. If everybody listened to themselves, do you know how well we would all communicate with each other? If we weren't always trying to like play social games and figure each other out, and blah, blah, blah. If you were just like, yeah, this is what I'm about, I'm here. If everyone did that, this is very idealistic. It's never going to happen. But like, I hope it does.
Have you found yourself out, Kelly?
No, I'm always going to be searching. I'm always going to be dancing around because I'm always going to be changing. So everything is changing all the time. Once you accept that, it's a lot easier to deal with success and or failure. I think success is slightly more dangerous because you get cocky, and I don't ever want to do that. Yes, I always want to be thankful.
But let's go to your alter ego. You said
that's the sassy bitch that smokes a cigarette out of. That's the mask I put on to sell stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But you said you want to rule the world with your art.
No, I really want to change people's hearts with my art. Oh, fuck. I'm such a cheese ball. But yeah, like I want, because that's what art does to me. Is my first exhibition show was the Picasso retrospective at the Tate Modern in like 2000, the summer of 2018, maybe. Mm-hmm. And I was crying during the whole thing. I walked through it with my little audio guide and was like weeping. I went outside and cried. One of the girls from the museum that works there came out and checked on me. She was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "It was just so beautiful." Like, I'm nowhere near that. Obviously, I don't know if I'll ever be, but if I could get a couple people to have that shake, and something like shakes you to your core, that'd be great. And then like maybe make some money to live off of.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Kelly, we're gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
This is Things in Dreams podcast, episode 6. I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me in your home and making me pizza.
Yeah, and I think I took away a lot from this, more than I thought I would.
That's great. That's the whole point. Yeah. Is everybody is feeling these things. If we all talk about it, it becomes a lot more normal.
Yeah.
It's just easier to sleep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Sleep is a bitch.
So, Kelly, I have one more question.
Oh, do tell.
All right. I'm actually I'm making this question up. I was like,
okay.
I'm just gonna let it come to me.
It's fine.
All right. Do you believe in love?
Oh my God, yeah. I fall in love like every other day.
In what?
Life. Trees. That sounds so stupid, but no, it doesn't. I need to stop like downgrading myself. I saw a bird. I saw a baby bird this morning. It was on my, like, there's like a hose stick thing outside my window or whatever. I don't know. I started like, oh, fuck me. Because Sarah's going to make so much fun of me, my sister. Where I was like, dude, what's up, bird? Like, you're new to the world. Like, how are you? Or like, I think people put a lot of pressure on the concept of love. But once you realize that it's really fucking easy. It's a lot easier to love than to judge or hate. And I think loving something, which is why I think I'm attracted to all this seedy scenes and just bars. The concept of love is so foreign to them. Something inside of me just wants to like kind of spread it. Oh, fuck. Like I shouldn't do these things, but I do. Like,
is that the woman in you think?
No, I think it's more
you.
Okay. Also, I've had another witch tell me, like certified witch, burning black candles and shit, tell me that I was on my 10th life and it was my last time here. Yeah, people come up to me on the street and tell me these things.
This is in Europe, right?
No, this was in New York.
Okay.
This was in Manhattan.
I don't fuck with witches. So.
I love witches.
Okay.
Yeah, they always say funny things. Okay, but she was like, "Honey, you're on your 10th life. Like, you really need to enjoy it. You're not coming back." And I was like, "Okay." So my sister was weirded the fuck out. Like, But that's just my typical Wednesday. I don't know what it is about my face, but no, she did say that. And I don't know. Do you believe in past lives?
What?
Past lives? Like, I really, I jive with Buddhism. I'm not going to say I'm a Buddhist, but like, I do listen to a lot and read The Awakening of the Heart.
I don't believe in past lives.
Okay, word. Because I did something.
But then, like, old souls, like, what does that mean too? Like, I do believe in old souls. So.
Yeah, right. I think it's just innately in me to want to spread not joy so much as acceptance and understanding. Those are two very different things. Like, people say they always want to be happy, but what does that even mean? I had this really good chat with my friend Melissa's husband, Dave, over a fire. And he was like, well, like, everybody your age says they want to be happy. And I'm like, no, that's something you have to work at. Yeah. You don't just wake up. You have to practice what you preach. And a lot of people, which is why I'm against the ring light. I'm not trying to be an influencer or tell people how to live. I'm just trying to live in a happy way. And it just so happens that my bank account needs money, but this is my joy. This is literally what gets me out of bed in the morning. Sometimes it keeps me up at night, but like, it's a constant battle.
You said you have the ability. All right. Listen,
the ability. I sound like yeah.
An X-woman, X-Men, but
I wish Mystique.
Oh yes, yeah.
Dude, yeah, because then you wouldn't be plagued by like mind reading. You could just like trick people.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said you have the ability to read people.
Across the fucking room.
I do too.
Word.
I'm about to read you.
Okay.
It's simple. It's like something simple, something small. I feel like you still have like the same type of like not thought patterns, but like perspective of a child.
That's why I jive so well with kids. I like that they don't give a shit.
And I'm pulling this because like I like kind of it's like recent, like someone I was like watching something TikTok, and they're talking about how like when you're a kid, you like when you wake up, you're excited for the day because you don't know what's gonna happen. It's like
okay, minus the dark spells.
Yeah,
I'm excited for everything,
and that's what I get from you. That's what I get from you.
It should be cherished, and I think that being in those dark places where everything is dark helps you. Like, I'll drive to work for Glazed at I'll leave the house at like 6, and the sun is coming up, and it's like this blood orange, and it's how many people are doing that same commute and they don't even look like. Yeah, it really is the simple pleasures of life that keep me going. Yeah,
like that's what I get from you. Is like I was like watching. They're saying basically like, you know how like a kid when they have a field trip the next day, how like they wake up right early in the morning.
Yeah,
they have everything. They have their clothes planned out.
It was my birthday in London, and I had like a whole week. Like, I took off work, and I remember Poppy. She was like, "I don't think I've ever been that excited for anything," because I was like, ping. Like, I woke up and I hit like 5 museums in a week. Like, went out every night. And life should be enjoyed. It's not all about accomplishments. It's about living. And I feel like you have that like innately, but also I feel like you got that from traveling too. I think so too. Because I think mostly because it was by myself, and it was fucking awesome. Like, I really realized alone, I'm like a fucking beam of sunshine. But that's not realistic. You can't be alone all the time. Like, other factors are going to come in, families and friends, and just life happens. But if you can hold on to that, this guy I met told me that I still had my golden heart. And that was a really
like
nice
a child almost.
Like. Yeah, he was like, "Don't ever lose that," and I was like, "I don't think I will." But like, I mean, like, no, we jived. Yeah. We smoked DMT together. Oops. Okay. That was much later. That was like a year later, but very kindred spirit, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all right, what's your advice for everyone to like find their golden heart again?
Laughter. You gotta laugh at yourself. I'm a fucking idiot. Like, but that's what's funny is Like, I know it, I guess. Like, I still don't believe in gravity. Not, like, I mean, I do. But, like, I'm such a klutz. I spill shit all the damn time. Like, just dumb stuff. I don't know. What is my advice to get in touch with your inner child? Okay, well, I hate casual dating. But, like, as a rule of thumb, I'm always like, so what did you like to play when you were a kid? Like, what game did you like to play? Because I always liked to play Orphan. As dark as that is, I always like to play like Runaway or like Be Alone. Okay, yeah, just to feel my own feelings because I have a lot of them. They take up a lot of space, and I need the room to be cleared to like let it all out. Like, I guess if that makes sense. Because if somebody else is there, I take into account how to manipulate the environment so they're comfortable. Mm-hmm. So if I'm by myself, I'm just like, bleh, like it all comes boiling out. So just spend time alone and see what happens. Alone, no cell phone. Doesn't have to be in nature. Yeah, right. Turn it off. Like just forget. Start writing. Even if you don't know what you're writing, it'll start to come. Just don't stop. When it gets hard and when you feel like giving up, don't fucking stop, because that's when the real work happens. It takes a fair amount of, I think, grit to really look at the patterns you're repeating, because everybody's got their own and you fall back into them so quickly. But if you can recognize it, like, oh, wait, shit, this just happened. Like, one of mine is if I read too much. I love reading. But if I'm reading too much, I'm ignoring reality. So I need to kind of, it's very obvious when it happens. I'll go through like 3 books in a week. I'm like, oh, fuck, like, I should probably stop. Okay, but like reading too much, not getting outside, sleeping well into the afternoon. Like those are like, just know your red flags and be really aggressive. The body heals faster than the mind. If you make yourself do things, if you make yourself go outside, make yourself get sunshine, vitamin D is a thing. Like it does make you happy. Yeah. If you do those things, the things that children normally like innately know.
I want to go outside. I want to go outside.
They don't need to be monitored. They're just like, hey, I feel like I want to go outside. Like they just do it.
Yeah.
Just stop trying. That's it. Stop trying. Just do. Like Nike. No, don't do that. No. But yeah. Just, does that make sense? Is that a good answer? I wish I had like a long beard.
I don't have like a way to end it, so I'm gonna let you you end it.
All right. Coming to you live from Folly Road, Charleston, South Carolina, 843. This is KMAX Studios. Wishing you a happy life.